All right. I think that's my cue to start. Let me move over so my camera can get my face in there. I'm your host, your friendly blue mage, Azoreign. Thank you for joining me tonight. If it's your first time here, welcome. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. Please make sure to comment, leave a chat, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Moxfield, where I keep all my physical decks updated as much as I try to. But tonight we have a game of Commander for you. I'm very excited to get back into it. We have some new friends, some old friends, and some new decks to test out tonight. So I eagerly await getting back into my Discord and getting started with this game. Just make sure if you can, obviously you can like follow and sub to the channels, but if you want to find out how you can be on a live stream just like my guests are, go ahead and join my Discord. And you can chat me up, you can chat with my guests, you can share decks, we can talk about upcoming cards that are in Duskmourn, talk about some spoilers, give some deck building help, and just chat in general about Magic. That's something that we love to do over in my Discord, so if that's something that interests you, make sure to join that Discord link, and I'd love to see you there. But with that being said, I'm going to jump back into my Discord, introduce my guests, and we're going to get started for you tonight. So thank you for being here with me, and yeah, let's get started. I hope you enjoy the game.
10 months later, Jason and Vraska are running around. Sparkless, but, running around. So.
Oh, I hated that.
We're talking about some Magic lore, huh? Some behind the scenes.
Frustrating bits, yes.
All right, but you gotta admit.
How frustrated we are with the quality of the storytelling, but let's keep that between us and who's ever listening, because I don't need to get you canceled by Wizards of the Coast for my uncensored opinions.
You gotta admit though, so I used to be big into like reading the story as it came out, and the Ixalan story with Jace after he loses his memory and he meets up with Vraska, that was like peak. That was so good. I remember like really enjoying that storyline.
I think the OG Ixalan was the last good story, to be honest with you.
I did like when they went back and they told Nicol Bolas's origin with Ugin. I thought that was actually pretty cool. But that was like a core set, and then after that.
Yeah, the arc was cool. That whole arc. The whole thing with Ugin, Nicol was cool. I thought, Liliana's story through that was cool, but the ending, the ending of War Spark, I don't know. He gets killed by he gets subdued by a bunch of zombies. Like, I don't know. It seemed kind of weak to me.
They fumbled the ending so hard.
War of the Spark was definitely the beginning of the end for the story, in my opinion.
Yep. War of the Spark was just a big letdown, and then everything after that. I mean, like, Brothers War was kind of cool. Like, the concept of Brothers War was cool, but the story just, like, wasn't there.
And also, Phyrexia just pissed me off so much that I was thinking of starting a narrative podcast and completely rewriting the story and just having that be my content creation contribution, because it pissed me off on a whole other level how bad that story was and how good it could have been.
Well, the thing with
it should have gotten a block.
The thing with the whole, like, Phyrexian arc is that everybody was just dying to see the Phyrexians come back, and then like we were finally given that piece that Phyrexia came back, and it just was like a big nothing. Like, the Phyrexians, just when you read the original Phyrexian story, like the original Urza story, like, the Phyrexians are terrifying. They are just like world-consuming monsters. And then in like the new Phyrexians that they, for the new story, I don't even remember what the set was called, but when like the Phyrexians came back and they were just like not the same, like if it was the writing or if it was just like the suspense wasn't there, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I didn't like the Phyrexians, just didn't feel super threatening.
Well, I also think the problem that really pissed me off is they invalidated, with the new Phyrexian invasion of the multiverse, they invalidated a lot of that old story, specifically completion as this like omnipresent threat that's unreversible, and now apparently anyone can just get cured out of nowhere. So why did Tamio have to die? Why did, like, what was the point of it if we could just like cast a spell and undo completion? It's like it didn't matter. And so it just, that's what makes me want to redo it, because I actually am a semi-decent writer, I like to think, and like I would like to actually give people what they want, which is like a satisfying, like, real story grounded in like stakes and goals and, the hero's journey and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I was honestly, like, I was kind of hoping that, like, one of my big things was always that, like, I always thought it'd be kind of cool if, so Jace has been the poster boy for Magic, and I always thought it'd be kind of cool, like, if he, you know, he gets infected, he turns into the Phyrexian, he's completed, and then if Jace kind of becomes the main villain, it's someone that we already know, we're already, like, familiar with, like, his powers, and I was like, oh, that's, like, a really cool direction that this story could go, and then they just were like, so I read how Jace was cured, and it was like, again, like Thea, what you're saying is like completion used to be this big deal that was just this uncurable, you know, like you were completed, you were like a zombie, you turned into a Phyrexian, you can't just like reverse it. And how like Ajani got cured was someone, I think it was Malira, who was in the original story, and she was immune to the Phyrexians, but then now they made it so that way Malira like touches you and you instantly reverse the completion. And
I know, it's just so unsatisfying. Well, I think you'll be happy with my idea, because in my idea, Jace becomes, there's this, on New Phyrexia, there's this thing called the Meld Web, which is like this hive of Vidalcan minds that are harvested by Jin-Gitaxias and the Progress Engine to basically be like the hive mind of Phyrexia. And so in my idea for the story, Jace becomes the leader of the hive mind and uses his telepathy to spread out over across the multiverse, and he ends up dying at the end of my version of the New Phyrexia invasion. He ends up getting killed by Elspeth and Carbrist, who is a resistance spy. So my story is actually satisfying on that basis, because Jace will be dead.
Yeah, I think that there was just like a really cool angle they could have had with like actually have, so the thing, my last thing I'm going to say, and then we should get started, but is like something that just doesn't happen in the Magic story anymore, is that there's no consequences. And that's one of the biggest thing. When I was reading, I read like the first 3 books that came out that like Magic originally published, and it was about Urza, and I remember like finishing the first book, and the story culminates, you know, if you don't know this by now, spoiler warning, but it culminates with Urza figuring out how to use mana, and he puts the mana into the Silex, and he's battling with his brother Mishra, and Urza's having this inner monologue, and he's basically saying, like, I can't save my brother, but maybe I can like stop the Phyrexians from taking over Dominaria, and he's just thinking about putting all these memories into the Silex, and there basically is this gigantic explosion that goes off, stops the Phyrexian invasion. The Phyrexians die, most of them, most importantly Mishra, and that's when Urza's Planeswalker Spark ignites, and he survives the explosion, but he has to carry around this guilt that he just like nuked a continent with the Silex, and it's like permanent consequences. And then in the new Magic story, oh, you're infected? Okay, 2 chapters later, nope, you're saved. Oh, Phyrexia's invading? 2 chapters later, nope, invasion's done. And it's just like that stuff is just...
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, trust me, because the lore is how I engage with the game primarily, and like when it's bad, it just drives me nuts.
I could go on for a while, but hail Phyrexian.
Yeah, we should get started.
We have a Phyrexian in the game, but yes. So I'll just read a chat here from Azure Ghidorah. Jace has been kind of made too important, and like that's why it's like, yeah, he has been made really important, and like that's why it'd be perfect if they turned him into a villain, because it's like, again, permanent consequences. They prop you up to really fall in love with Jace, and he's the poster boy for Magic, and then they turn him into a villain, and now the side characters have to learn how to stop the main character, and it's like that would get us a lot more engaged with a lot of the side characters. And
I think they're trying to do that though with this whole Porkachu loot, like furry baby nonsense, but it's just so like hilarious that like the whole fate of the multiverse and that everything that they were trying to find at Outlaw Thunder Junction is literally just like a fur baby, that like it doesn't really feel that impactful to me. But I think they are trying to make him the villain in this arc from what it seems like, but it's just not really getting there for me, and I cannot wait until Ral destroys Jace, like literally burns him to a crisp with a bolt of lightning, so he can just die and never come back.
I mean, we'll see, because you know, depending on how it goes, usually it's gonna be Ral burns Jace, and he burns the evilness away from him, and Jace is saved, and they, you know, now Jace is a good guy again. It's like, come on, like, can we just have some sort of like...
Hot take here, but I think giving Planeswalkers too much importance in the story was the worst story-making decision that they've ever made. That's just my opinion. Because once you give them too much importance, it's hard to break away from that. But then the characters get very stale and the beats get repetitive because you can't really develop them in any kind of way when they're these like omniscient, all-powerful like sorcerers, basically.
Yeah, like that's kind of what they had written themselves. Like the original story, the Planeswalkers were so strong, and then they had to nerf them. But yes, before we get distracted yet again, I'm gonna go ahead. You guys know how it works. I'm gonna shuffle the turn order 3 times. Take a look at my hand here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Breya's gonna start. It looks like Johan is going last.
Nope.
Good omen of things to come, hopefully. I will draw.
No colored lands.
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna keep my hand. I think.
I was waiting.
I think.
I was waiting for the turn order before I looked at my hand.
And you decided to pitch it.
Because that can make a difference in how you mulligan.
Yeah, let me wait until everyone resolves. Sorry, I thought we were good to go.
It's a hand. It's got some lands. It's a new deck, so to be honest, I'm not, still, I've goldfished it, but it's hard to really know necessarily what a good starting hand is game 1. But it's playable, so.
This is not amazing, but I'm going to try it.
It's a new deck, and it's 4 colors, so I wish you luck. Alright, Thea, I think you are good to start.
Alright, I will draw. I will play a swamp, and surprising no one who knows this deck, I will tap 1 and play the first of what is many Shadowborn Apostles.
Alright, card for turn. I mean, it's fine. Elegant Parlor. I'm going to keep that on top because it's a land and I need mana. Go ahead.
Taco, you in chat. You got the Crystal Skull card? Crystal Skull.
Oh, that's an Assassin's Creed card.
Yeah. Crystal Skull, Isu Spy. Yeah, I think this card, it's, that artifact card, except it's also a mana rock, and it lets you play historic cards, which artifacts are historic, but it just hits more. So yeah, I like this card a lot. Captain Poland in chat. How you doing, Captain Poland? All right, I'm going to start off. Draw my card. Oh, wow. Okay. Foreboding Ruins. Reveal a mountain. Will come in untapped, and I'm going to just tap 1, play Goblin Welder, and I'll pass.
Kill it! Nice. Kill it! Kill it!
You and I are like the square off for this game. I think you owe me some vengeance for that last time I snuck that win out with my Athreos deck.
Yeah, we'll see.
Tower. I'm going to tap for blue, and I'm going to tune the narrative. I will draw a card and make 2 energy.
There we go.
Hey, so far so good. You got your energy.
And pass.
You got your energy production up turn 1, so...
I just see this Goblin Welder and I'm terrified.
Be afraid of the 1/1 Goblin.
Cast it into the fire.
I'll play a Plains, I'll tap 2. I will play an Expedition map and another Apostle. And I will go to combat. As much as I want to swing at Azoreign, because, reasons. I need my Shadowborn, so I will... I'll just wait, actually. Oh, wait. I'll pass.
Card for turn. Play an Exotic Orchard. And then I will play a Giver of Runes.
Oh, that's scary with Snapdax. Alright.
Go ahead.
Alright. Untap, upkeep. Draw a magic card. Let's go ahead and shock 2 life for Blood Crypt. Keeping on theme, play Goblin Engineer, and I'll search my library for an artifact and put it into my graveyard, and I'll pass.
That's also terrifying.
I don't really know what I want to grab.
We need to kill this Goblin Welder, now.
Alright, I'm going to...
okay, so I could be super awful and just put,
Portal to
Phyrexia.
Yeah, you
I'm going to play a training center.
I don't think I'm going to.
Untapped, I
don't want to do that on turn 3.
Well, it wouldn't really affect me. I'm just going to play my commander next turn, and then I'll just tax you until you die, so... Feel free to do that if you want.
Alright, I played a Trading Center for turn, tapped 2 for an Aether Theorist. Vidalcan Rogue, I get 3 energy when it enters. That's a 1/3, and I can tap it, pay an energy to scry 1. I will pass turn.
Cool. Draw. I will play a swamp. Yeah. I will tap 3, and I will cast my commander, Athreos, God of Passage. It is indestructible as long as my devotion to white and black is less than 7. It isn't a creature, and whenever another creature I control dies, or I own rather, sorry, I return it to my hand unless unless target opponent pays 3 life. So after that, I will pass the turn.
I'm going to reveal Phyrexian Triniform. Put it in my graveyard.
Yeah, another scary 9-drop. I love that for us.
This is not fun. Y'all owe me one for this.
No, don't do it.
And
This is not what I wanted to get with this card. Like, this is really what I did. I really did not want to get this with this card. I wanted to get something that would draw me cards. But
No, you can go get something that'll
This
draw
will
you
be
cards.
remembered.
well, I can't let the
This will be remembered.
Goblin Welders stick around. It's just I'm figuring out like what method do I want to kill this?
Kill it with fire. That's always a good answer.
Like, what removal spell do I want to? What removal spell do I want to throw at this thing? I'm not happy about this either.
Phyrexian Triniform is just a good boy. He's just a good old 9/9. He's just a good
why
old
don't?
boy.
If he only has the Triniform in his graveyard, are the tokens that it makes, are they artifacts? Because I was gonna say, why don't you just save the removal for the Triniform?
Create 3/3/3. Yeah, I mean, when it dies, it just makes 3/3/3s. No other abilities.
They're not artifacts.
They are. They're golems.
Oh, well then yeah, it'll die and you'll put it back in your graveyard. You can sacrifice one of the golems and keep looping it. Yes, definitely kill it with fire. I now see why you were so alarmed by it. And you're totally fine with me. I didn't attack you when you were open, so I hope that proves my loyalty for as long as it will last.
But yeah, it's not just you, Johan. You better remember this too, because I'm saving the table.
I will remember. I will remember.
I am saving this table's ass right now.
He
And
already
I'm
said he
taking-
would remember.
I'm taking 6 damage to do this too.
Ooh, Murderous Rider.
2 for the Vampiric Tutor, 2 for the Blood Crypt, and 2 for the Swift End.
Nice. Well, you're good with me.
So is there anyone? Does anyone have an artifact in their graveyard besides me?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because the Goblin Welder can target anybody, so that's why I asked. But okay, he's dead.
Go.
All right, untap.
Yeah, y'all owe me one for that one, because that Vampiric Tutor was supposed to get a card draw spell and like fix my hand.
Well, next turn, I'm going to have Athreos online, and I'm going to be sending it at Azoreign, so consider that. Consider that
gonna
me
play-
owing you.
Arena to Glory. It will enter untapped because I control a mountain. I'll tap 3 and just play Black Market Connections and pass.
I don't like it! You definitely upgraded this deck. Beyond. Turn 3 Triniform. Sheesh.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone for the Triniform because it did turn a lot of eyes towards me, but I thought if I could get it off, I'd be in a really sweet spot, so.
Look, all I'm going to say is better you than me, because if it's not you that's the threat, it's going to boomerang right back to me. So I'll take not being public enemy number 1 for a little bit.
I mean, you made me use a Vampiric Tutor.
All right. I played a Spectator Seeding for turn. tapping 3 to cast a Soul Herder.
Mmm.
Ooh, nice.
I'm going to tap my Theorist to paying
those are good.
1 energy.
The welder did turn the eyes towards me. You're right.
I'm going to scry 1. I'm going to leave that on top, I think.
I'm with you, Captain Poland. The Goblin Welder's he's a good boy. He did nothing wrong.
And then I will move to my end step. I'm going to choose to exile and bring back my Aether Theorist, which will net me 2 more energy.
Hey, so far
And then it gets a 1/1 counter. So far, it pass.
Cool. Untap. Draw. I will play another Swamp. I will tap 4. I will play another Shadowborn Apostle, and I will also play a Phyrexian Arena. So Athreos is online, and I will go to combat, and I will swing 5 at you, Azoreign.
Okay.
We also should try to keep his life relatively low, because that will limit his potential with the black market connection.
Did you really set your secondary commander as Shadowborn Apostle? That's great.
I always do that when I
That's
play
funny.
this deck, 'cause it really is a secondary
I don't think I've
commander.
ever noticed that. Yeah, that's funny.
And then I will pass the turn, and I will, as long as we have a common enemy, we're friends, Ryder.
Mm-hmm. Card for turn.
Or until I become public enemy number 1 and supplant Azoreign. Then I'll totally, we can call off our deal then.
I'm just gonna cast the Murderous Rider.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Alright. Untap, upkeep at the beginning of my pre-combat main phase. So untap, upkeep, draw. Pre-combat main phase, I think I'm just going to pay the 3 life. I'll draw an extra card and make a treasure.
See? They have so many cool shapeshifter tokens now. That one from Dustmorn like gives me the creeps with all those masked faces. And then isn't the one from Assassin's Trophy a Plague Doctor?
That'd be cool.
Alright, I'm just going to play Mountain, and then I think I have to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops. 1, 2. Oh, I am 1 short. Interesting.
If it's a creature, can't Arena get you to the 2?
No, because you need to pay a red, and then you get 2 red. So basically paying, like you do that, and it just gives you 2 red. And then the creature has haste, so...
Oh, it would be neutral. Yeah. I forgot that.
I'm 1 mana short from doing pretty much anything, so I guess I will just... yeah, okay. I guess I'll just tap 3 and play Crucible of Worlds. No lands in my graveyard, so I'll just pass.
That's not bad, though. I'm knowing that deck, you'll get him in there soon enough.
Gonna try.
All right. I'm going to shock myself for 2. Playing a Godless Shrine. I'm then gonna tap 2 to play a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. It's a 2/1 human rogue. When it enters or attacks, I get energy. It has menace, and then at the beginning of my upkeep, I may pay 2. If I do, I draw a card and lose a life. So basically, for 2 energy, I have Phyrexian Arena.
So all 3 of us kind of have Phyrexian Arena going on right now.
Hey,
I get an energy when it enters. I'm then going to tap for 2 more. And I will play a Solar Transformer. Enters tap. When it enters, I get 3 energy. And then it taps for neutral, or I can tap it and pay an energy for 1 of any color. So when it enters, go up to 11 energy. I'm actually going to use one and tap my Theorist to scry one.
Gotta say, I'm loving this deck so far. It's definitely a strong showing of the energy mechanic.
I'm going to leave that on top, and then I'll move to my end step. I will flicker Aether Theorist once again. My Soul Herder will get a counter, and I get 3 more energy. And that's
so you have a
so
Phyrexian Arena and Pseudo Vigilance with your Soul Herder.
Pseudo, yes, for one thing at a time.
All right, my go.
Yep.
All right, untap, upkeep, lose a life, and draw a card with Arena, and then draw for turn. All right, I will play a Swamp, and then I will tap 1, and I will play another Apostle. So I'm 2/3 of the way there. Let's see. Hey Ryder, sorry Josh, do you think we should keep bullying Azoreign or no?
Yes.
Has he suffered enough? Your vote matters because I owe you the favor, so I'll keep bullying him with my indestructible commander.
Like, what are we scared of most right now?
Well, if the answer is me, then I won't bully anyone.
I meant out of those two.
You know, the artifact decks might have to stand in an alliance, Johan. It sounds like half of the spell table room is setting up quite the force.
Like the Soul Herder is going to get out of control too.
Yeah, but he's likely just not to block with it, so...
Right. I was thinking more targeted removal, but...
Well, like I said, I don't really have a lot of targeted removal in this deck other than Utter End and Anguished Making. It's not really an alliance. We owe him for helping us knock you down a peg. Yeah, I mean, the Soul Herder is that, but even if I attacked, I don't think you'd block him.
Oh, for combat, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't. I'll try to find, if I can find something to do to, like, manage if things get out of hand, I will, but, like, Sec isn't really, like, known for its removal capabilities.
Fair. That's kind of more my deck, so I need to take care of this. I need to take care of the Soul Herder, probably.
Yeah, and honestly, it doesn't really bother me because getting energy is kind of like, okay, like it doesn't... I mean, I have an indestructible blocker, so...
You do, yeah.
It doesn't really bother me enough to want to deal with it versus the black market
Soul
connection.
Herder's the, what, 3/3 right now, Johan?
Currently, yes. Raikou, I'm taking plenty good care of Soul Herder, okay? I don't need any extra help taking care of this little boy, okay?
I mean, the thing about black market connections is it's tied to his life and it's not a May ability. So if we can keep him low, it limits what he can do with the connections.
Fair, because Azoreign is using his life total as a resource.
Yeah, so I feel like...
about the Crucible of Worlds, because he can just start discarding lands, he can get back his Goblin Welder, anything like that, and then he can just play them from graveyard. I think out of that, or the black market connections, ultimately... That's going to be the bigger piece.
I'm sending my Athreos at you, Azoreign, for 5.
Okay, block with Engineer.
Sweet, we took another piece of it off the map. And then I will pass the turn after that.
Yeah, so Azurgadora, the black market connections is not May. You have to choose at least one mode. You can choose all 3.
And I cleared the deck for you, Josh, so you can chip in.
Guard for turn.
Now you know how I feel, Azo. I'm always in your position, doing crazy, ridiculous things way too early and becoming public enemy number 1. I'm just happy it's not me for once.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm nervous about Rye's turn here.
I'm gonna mutate Snapdax over Murderous Rider.
Yep.
I'm gonna deal 4 to... Like I said, I think I'm just gonna deal 4 damage to the Soul Herder. Get it out of here. And then I'm gonna gain 8. 4 from Snapdax's ability and 4 from Lifelink.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And
This
then...
is the Double Strike and Death Touch, right?
It's Lifelink.
Lifelink, okay.
Murder Strider's Lifelink. And then I'm gonna hit Azo for 6, because you're using your life total as a resource.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna ship the turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Hey, I took care of like a couple of things.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have done nothing to anyone.
I am gonna further pay 3 life, because I think
I'm just a battery over here.
Extra mana. So treasure, draw. Alright. Cards in hand, everybody.
4.
3.
I have 4.
Okay.
Here comes the Jessica's Will.
Well, I don't have my commander out.
It's not like a super... Like, Jessica's Will isn't even, like, that good right now.
No, we're all pretty low hand totals.
Also, I thought Azo has his commander on the table.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, he's not?
Nope.
It looked like it was on the table, but okay.
No,
Isn't that
I
it
put
there,
over
right next
here.
to the
It's in the glare
connections?
of whiteness. So I put it up here.
Fair.
Yeah, I thought it was out.
I think then in that case, this may be a stronger play.
Blasphemous act. Blasphemous act.
And no, but
Hey.
I will summon Chainer. So Chainer is out now.
Okay, now you could Jessica's Will.
Yeah, but it doesn't do much.
Yeah, Jessica's Will makes 4 mana.
And exiles cards. I mean,
It does impulse draw 3, but like
I guess it
So
depends.
with only 4 mana and 1 land open, like 5 mana, so I guess he gets it till the end of next turn, but yeah, I don't know. It's not usually the hit people are digging for with the Jessica's Will.
I mean, I don't know if it was or it wasn't. Just whenever someone asks how many cards are in people's hands in those colors, I just assume.
Yeah, no, I think we were all assuming it was Jessica's Will.
there's also no green at this table, so there's like no mega ramp either.
Which is fine. My games with this deck tend to go a little bit slower, so it's nice to have a little bit of a slower pace.
I think I'm just going to, because I mean, Triniform is a 9/9. Snapdax is hitting for 6, Athreos is hitting for 5, so it would at least give me a solid blocker. But we like to have fun here. I'm gonna discard a Combustible Gearhulk to Chainer's ability.
Okay, and so it begins.
And then I'll pay 1 to bring back the Welder. Chainer will give the Goblin Welder haste.
Yup.
Yeah, and I'll...
Where is Dictate of Erebos when you need it? Who are you swinging at?
No,
That's-
I'm gonna...
No,
I'm
actually gonna
the Goblin Welder has
sacrifice-
haste.
I'm gonna sacrifice the Crucible of Worlds and bring back Combustible Gearhulk. I feel like, Ride, you have the life to where you just won't take it, so I'm gonna target Thea with this. So Thea, you either let me draw 3 cards, or I mill 3 cards and you take the damage equal to the converted mana.
I mean, it's bad either way, right? It's like sort of like it's sort of like what I do with this deck. It's a by-road sacrifice, because either way, those cards are going to eventually recur in some way, whether it's with Chainer or in your hand, right? The only question is the unknown of what you'll draw, and also, is it worth it for you to only get 1 activation for me to take the damage and then beg for the same favor that Josh got?
That is
What
a
do you
choice
think?
to you for you to make.
You know what? YOLO. Mill and I'll take the damage. It's going to be like 80 damage probably, knowing my luck.
2.
Animate Dead, Dragon Skull Summit, and Marionette Master. So it's gonna.
That's
be
not
8.
bad. 8 damage. That's not bad.
Yeah, okay, that was fair. And also getting rid of the Marionette Master for now is probably a 10 out of 10 move.
Yeah, because the Marionette Master,
With
I
the
know what that
welder
card
out.
does.
And then that's all I can do. So I'll pass.
Yeah, the issue is we gotta, now we have to attack his graveyard.
Yeah,
I'm
well, I have
gonna
a
pay-
big bog in this deck. I just wonder if I'll draw it.
2 energy, beating my upkeep to lose a life and draw an extra card.
Yeah, that's good. I like that glint sleeve siphoner.
Yeah, it's very strong in that deck.
Yeah, so far you must be quite pleased with the showing, but it's a very strong showing for your deck.
Yeah, it was really the Soul Herder did all the work.
That is why I had to
But,
stop that.
Oh, and with Breya, it would be nuts, of course, but...
Yeah, I'm gonna do this anyways, but I'm gonna shock myself for 2 to bring out Breya. Any preference on printing?
I really like the Art Deco one.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we'll start with this one. So I'm gonna bring out Breya for 4.
Those are both beautiful.
Yeah, no, I love them. I want to get the normal one as well from MH3 than printing. I think that one's kind of cool too.
So you're pulling a me. I do the same thing with my Hirobi deck. I get like all the versions, and you just every time it kills, you bring back a different version.
I do that.
This was originally Azoraign's copy that I traded for, so kind of fitting as well that it comes out. So, anyways, when she enters, she makes 2 Thopters.
I do that with Sharum too, but everybody gets spooked when I play her because she's like the artifact combo commander, even though I don't play anything that actually like combos with her.
Yeah.
Like I play Sculpting Steel, but I don't have anything that actually does things with it. So no like Disciple of Vault or anything. She wants to kill people with
but I would have been
damage.
mana short anyways. I'm gonna tap 2, and then I'm gonna cast an Era of Innovation. So whenever an artifact or artificer enters, I can pay 1. If I do, I get 2 energy, and then I can pay 6 and sack this to draw 3 cards.
Well, there's your replacement energy.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually pay an energy, and I'm gonna have my Theorist scry 1. Oh, I think I have to keep that on top.
I have respect for this because you don't usually see people do energy with her.
Yeah, you know what? As I kind of said in chat, like I saw the energy stuff come out. Originally, I saw Satya, and even with the Fallout stuff, and I didn't know it existed. I wasn't playing when Kaladesh and stuff came out, Kaladesh block, and I'm like, oh, this is a cool mechanic, you know, and an alternative to mana, and then I don't know, there was a new card from Fallout, and then more with MH3, and I'm like, it'd be a cool mechanic to build a deck around. And I also kind of really like the idea of building an artifact deck with Breya, so I figured I'd try to take it in an interesting, kind of unique direction, and I feel like the 2 artifacts energy just synergize well anyways, so I wanted to kind of do something a little original with it. But
that's so nice. That's so nice. I wanted to build her, but I don't want to make just another artifact deck.
Yeah, well, and that's why I was hesitant at first, and that's why I hope I can get this to work at least consistently. So, move to combat. I don't think I'm gonna swing. I kind of need this right now. I don't want it to die. So I will just pass my turn, and unfortunately not be able to blink Breya as I would have done if my Soul Herder was still around. So
it is definitely doing powerful things.
Yeah, I have to say you got quite the little engine set up.
Thank you.
Alright, upkeep, draw and lose a life from Phyrexian Arena. Draw for turn. So I drew the Bajuka Bog. I only got 1 use of it, so do you think we should do it now or wait?
Can we afford the Phyrexian Triniform to come back for a turn?
Well, it's not going to have haste, so... And it's really not a question for me. I have an indestructible blocker.
I would really like to try to catch the Welder in it, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to do that.
Alright, well, I'll hold on to it.
If you can wait a turn, it would hurt me, but if we don't have another way, I can always use Breya to get rid of the Welder on my turn.
I think that's going to be the thing we have to do to keep that deck under control, is going to be to try to catch the Welder in the bog.
Oh, especially because he can sacrifice his treasure tokens. Ugh, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna play another Apostle. And then I will pass my turn. I definitely need the blocker back, because Triniform is coming out next turn. Cool.
Alright, card for turn. Boy, I really hate to keep beating up on him like this too, because like he has the hate of the table right now for what he's doing, but I need to start drawing cards, and this is my best way to do it. Sword of Fortune Frontier. And that's the only way I can get through too. Attach. Go to combat. It's 10, yeah. So that's 16 commander. So
wow.
then I exile 4 cards.
That's double strikes. You do that twice, right?
Yeah, that's why it's 4 cards. I am so sad because I'm not going to be able to play any of these.
You can't play the lands?
I can play the land. But I don't have enough mana. Yeah, this Mythos of Snapdax would have been really sweet.
That sucks.
And the Feast and Famine too, obviously.
Okay, so I 100% think we've neutralized him. He's at 11 life, and he's going to die to his black market connections in 11 turns. So can we leave him alone now? I feel bad for bullying him out of existence.
Yeah, I think we can leave him alone now. The issue I have is I'm probably going to need to go shields down soon, because I'm going to need this Giver of Runes to actually get through. Because right now this is like my big engine. Is getting through with this.
Well, we'll just have to see.
Man, it hurt to lose that Sword of Feast and Famine.
That's your turn, Rye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also lost Aurelia.
Ooh, that's...
Hey, I'm not mad about that.
What a shame.
I'm just gonna pay 1 life and make another treasure, because yeah, I can't afford to pay that much life into the black market connection.
Josh, I love Aurelia when I play her, so I'm sorry, I can't be that sad.
Yeah, she's really crazy in this deck.
I know, I have her in my Velomachus deck, and it does work.
And if you've never seen Mythos of Snapdax, this is like one of the best wraths for Mardu.
I've never heard of it.
So I need to find a way to
do you know Tragic Arrogance?
Yeah.
This is 4 mana Tragic Arrogance.
Wow.
Alright. Since start of the turn, I guess we will.
It
doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just pay 3, and I will hit a Jeska's Will. I need to do something.
3.
So 3 red mana.
I have 2.
And then I'll get rid of the top 3. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, Apprentice Necromancer, and a Dakmar Salvage. Okay, none of those are particularly great.
I do agree, though, Thea, that Azo has kind of been neutralized at this point.
So where's the attention gonna swing? Me?
Depends on board. Depends on board state.
I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Azure, that's what I said. Is if you're in Mardu, it's a 4-mana Tragic Arrogance, but you have to pay exactly black, red, white, white for it.
Rye, what's your Mother of Runes is just a 1/1?
1/2, the Giver.
So, what's really gonna hinge my turn here? Do you want to lose that? I think.
Because currently, Azoreign, if I lose this Giver of Runes, you are the only person that I can attack.
Yeah. Well,
but you don't return life, so I would like to not have him die like 30 minutes into the game. That feels a little bit.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go to combat, and I'm gonna swing my Combustible Gear Hulk, because I think Rye, you're the one who's.
Oh, I should be at 58. I should be at 58 from lifelink. So I'll take 6 down to 52. I'm sorry, I missed the lifelink.
Oh, hang on. Before my red mana goes away, because when I switch phases, the red mana will go away. I'll just pay 1 into, and I guess I'll just play the Apprentice Necromancer, and then when I go to combat, the red mana goes away. Yep. Go to combat. So that's 6 at you, Rye.
I go to 52.
Okay. Go to my second main phase, and let's see if I can make something happen. I'm gonna pay 1, 3, so all 3 of my treasures, and I'm gonna play Rakdos, Lord of Riots.
Yikes. Okay. You definitely took this deck up a notch from the last time I saw it.
So
you're playing on my level tonight. Insane power scaling.
Right now, my creatures cost 6 less.
I mean, we all know. I'm sure you're familiar with just the power of Protection Swords and Double Strike.
So I'm going to play Castle Lochthwain. This is my land for the turn. I think what I'm going to do next, so this is just kind of like a really weird roundabout here. I will tap the Welder, sacrificing the Combustible Gear Hulk. Hang on. No, first I will tap Castle Lochthwain to tap and sacrifice the Apprentice Necromancer. So the Apprentice Necromancer just brings something back for this turn. It will have to get sacrificed at the end step. So that will go in.
How does it... Did you just played it this turn now?
Chainer gives it haste.
Oh, it does? Okay.
So Marionette Master will come back.
Yep, if it enters and he didn't cast it from his hand.
And then I will fabricate 3 onto the Marionette Master, giving it a...
Yep.
So it's a 4/6.
Yep, that's an issue also.
So this will have to get sacrificed at the end of the turn. Excuse me. Then tap the Goblin Welder, sacrificing the Combustible Gear Hulk. Whenever an artifact is put into my graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life.
I'm taking 4.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, because Rye's hit me for quite a lot. So yeah, Rye, I'm gonna make you go down 4 further.
Yep.
Then after that, so that has gone through, I'll just play Phyrexian Fleshgorger for free, since Rakdos is reducing all my spells by, it was 6.
10.
Now it's 10, so the Fleshgorger is 7, so it is a 7/5 with Menace and Lifelink and Ward. You'll have to pay life equal to its power, so it has Ward, pays 7 life.
Yeesh.
That's a turn.
But then, after that, I'm going to discard Squee, Goblin Nabob, to cast Phyrexian Triniform from my graveyard this turn, and I will just cast it for free with Rakdos' reduction.
That's wild.
Well, you definitely took the deck to the next level, that's for sure.
Dakmor Salvage will remain exiled because I can't play it.
Like, I don't even know if we can leave him alone now.
I've got one card in hand. I can't do anything else. I'll pass my turn. Marionette Master will get sacrificed.
The problem is I don't know how you're going to get through to him. He has a colorless blocker.
He has two colorless blockers.
It'll spit out more colorless blockers.
He has 2 colorless blockers.
Yeah.
The Flesh Gorger is black. It does have black in its mana cost.
No, because it was not cast as a prototype.
Are you sure its color identity is not black?
Its color identity is black, but it is a colorless card unless you cast it as a prototype.
All right, then I will believe you because this is my one source of life gain in this deck. So I'm just hoping it can coast me through a couple turns here. Like
now
I said,
we need
single
Dictative
card in hand.
Erebos.
Because when you cast
Erebos or Grey Pact, and I don't want to hear any complaints when I activate it, because if you want me to try to neutralize a threat, that's the only way I can do it.
Because when you cast a spell with prototype, it actually changes the color of the card.
Oh, really?
Because mana cost is what determines the color of the card, unless the card has a color indicator. If the card has a color indicator, then that overrides the mana cost.
Oh, I see a unwinding clock over there.
Nice.
I paid 2 energy for the Phyrexian Arena on a stick, positive heroes for my land, tapping 4 for an unwinding clock. Sadly, I've gotten none of my artifact lands, so that's a womp womp. But I am casting an artifact. I will pay 1 more, trigger my Era of Innovation, so I will get 2 energy back.
Yeah, Johan, I know that Thea and Rai said this, but I really like the way that this deck is playing right now. This looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I'm just kind of doing my own thing here. I will pay an energy to scry 1 with my Theorist. I will put that on the bottom. I'm going to pay 6 energy.
Is there Ghidorah? Thank you for looking that up. I believed Rai, but thanks for a second checking.
I'm going to sack my Era of Innovation to draw 3 cards.
I don't even know if it's worth it to kill the goblin at this point, because you can just get it right back.
Honestly, at this point, I do have a Rogue's Passage in my land, so
I will just take the victory that casting. I think I had a pretty successful turn. There's not really anything else I can do to stop a Rogue's Passage other than play land destruction, so I'll just have to face the gigantic saber-toothed cat, dinosaur cat, nightmare, knight, whatever the murderous rider is.
Well, actually, it doesn't. It doesn't add creature types.
Oh, it doesn't?
There are some really neat things that you can do with the mutate mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you mutate something on top of Snapdax, then you can make it not legendary, and then you can start making copies of the mutate stack.
I'm going to tap for 1, and I'm going to cast Jolted Awake. So I choose target artifact or creature card in my graveyard. I'm going to choose my Soul Herder. I get 2 energy.
Oh, no.
Energy equal to that card's mana value. So I will use that 2 and 1 more energy. Going down to 2.
That is not
I'm going
good.
to bring back my Soul Herder.
So yeah, maybe you want to keep Azoreign alive for a minute, because
honestly, at this point, my life total is so low, I can't afford to really swing at anyone, just because if I do, and technically, Raikou just says the word, and I die. So yeah, I'm kind of at the mercy of
that. And also,
Rider.
do you really want to spend resources killing someone who's going to die to their own card if we just leave them alone?
In 10 turns, but I'm just gonna killing an opponent is definitely a good thing, but yeah, it's like Rai, you're doing a lot of the legwork while Johan and Thea just kind of use you to kill me, so that's also something to think about. But you do have the means to do it, and taking out an opponent can definitely be a good thing. But
I'm going to swing 2 1/1s at you, Raikou, in the air. 1/1
46. 46.
Yes, I contributed, guys.
I'm so proud of you.
I did something. I will then move to my end step, and then I'm going to flicker my Theorist, so I get
Up to 5, yep.
get some energy back. I want to flicker Breya, sorry, but I need to recoup a little bit, and I will pass turn with that.
Cool. Untap. Upkeep, lose a life, and draw with Arena.
And I will untap my artifacts with you.
Yes, you will, and draw for turn. I could Bajuka Bog Azoreign, but if you're just gonna kill him, Josh, I'm not gonna waste it. But that feels like salt in the wound.
Do we have any other decks here that, like... I mean, I guess, like, maybe Johan kind of cares about the graveyard, but... I'm actually wondering if I even kill him.
Yeah, with commander damage and rogue passage, it sure sounds like you will. Oh, you mean as like a theoretical concept? I mean,
yeah. Like, do I even kill him because like Johan is being a problem also with the Breya?
I mean, say if you B-bog me right now, my turn is completely on my top deck. I lose Squee coming back to my hand. I lose any interaction for the Goblin.
Right, the Squee is in the graveyard too. That's
I have one card in hand.
Yeah, but that just feels mean. At this point, you're at 10 life. Like,
yeah, but this game's about winning. Like, you need to do what's best. Like, if Bajuka, I'm not gonna like be sad or like upset. Like, if Bajuka bogging me is the thing to do,
yeah. I mean,
then,
I
like,
think
I'm not gonna be upset about it.
Like, without his graveyard, is he even really like a threat anymore?
No, definitely not.
Then
definitely
like
build, which will take time.
Yeah, like at that point, if you bog him, then I don't even need to kill him.
Yeah, Johan, can you deal with the goblin and I'll bog that too, so that it doesn't cause more problems?
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
Yeah, hang on. Before you do that, Johan, I just want to point out that their conversation just went, yeah, Johan's more of a problem, so we don't need to kill Azo. Hey, Johan, can you do some work for us so then we can focus on attacking you? Just saying.
That wasn't my conversation. That was Josh. I haven't attacked Johan once. That wasn't my conversation. My conversation
just something to think about. I'll leave the ball in your court, Mr. Removal on a commander.
I think for my own safety, I need to keep my Thopters at present. I mean, it'll still hurt even if you Bajuka bog it right now, because then, you know,
I have nothing to reanimate with it,
and those cards are gone. And I think since apparently sights are being cast my way now, I need to keep.
I mean,
my
Breya's ability won't kill
open.
Snapdax, but just imagine taking 4 instead of 10 with Breya's ability.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can lower it if I need to. So, I think I need to preserve my game right now.
Snapdax, it has pro red from the sword.
That's correct. That is correct. Yeah.
Anyways, I'll just do it then. I'm gonna Bajuka bog you, Azoreign.
Okay.
Can do it, and then I will quickly surge into equal problem status with all of the rest of you. What the? Well, I'm gonna find that swamp. I don't know where it went. Hold on. I'm gonna play my 6th Shadowborn Apostle.
How much is it to activate? Is it 6?
No, I'm playing my 6th. I need 6 of them.
Right, to get it, right? Yeah, sack 6. So yeah. You do have it. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm an equal problem. I'm like losing my mind. I'll pass after that so you can go while I try to find where I dropped the swamp. Oh, sorry, go ahead. You can take your turn.
I'm never out until my life total is at 0. I got 1 card in hand. I can at least draw 1 extra card. So I can at least draw 2 cards if I need it. I still have a battlefield, so I'm not completely out of it. I am massively nerfed from where I was, but I'm not out of it until I'm dead. There's still...
Yeah. We've seen crazier from him than that, that's for sure. Oh, wow. Alright. There we go. Alright.
Alright, looks like Rye's got 5 taps. Is that Rogue's Passage? So is that 4 for Rogue's Passage, or is that 5 for another spell?
It's the passage.
Is he muted? I can't hear him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is he just counting, or... Oh, I think this happened the last time Rye was on. It's like his mic cuts out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like turn 2 Triniform will do that, though.
Okay, did this fix it?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. This is Rogue's Passage on Snapdax, so I'm going to make him unblockable.
Okay.
Azo, I'm actually not killing you, because...
I thought you were going to say, actually, I'm just going to kill you. I was
No.
kind of prepared for it.
No, no, I'm actually getting, like, really scared of Johan's board. So we're going to go 10.
Ouch.
So I go to 56, you'll take 10 Commander, and then I exile 4.
Alright, well now you're becoming the threat, actually.
That combo is so nice, though. Like,
It is,
the
but...
Snapdax double strike lifelink with a sword. It's just like that's such a strong interaction to have on just one creature.
And then I play 3 lands, and the other card that I have in my hand is an Ifrit Flame Painter. Bet you've never seen this card played in Commander before.
No, not at all. I remember when it was annoying in Standard, though, so I'm definitely watching it.
Then I am going to...
That's cool, though. Like, because it's just like, that card's not super strong, but then when Snapdax mutates onto it, it becomes, like, really, really good.
It's disgusting, yeah.
Nice.
Then I am going to... I can't really do anything about Breya's board because of the because they could just sack the Apostles.
Yeah.
And take my Athreos offline? It's almost like you're reading my mind.
I mean, you know what? No, I can actually make this kind of awkward I can make this kind of awkward. I am going to mutate Chittering Harvester over Snapdax.
Ooh. So now, does this still count as commander damage since Snapdax is like still your commander, even though he's not like the face? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, this mutate stack is still my commander.
Yeah. Chittering Harvester.
So each opponent sacrifices a creature, and I'm gonna off the Soul Herder again.
Okay, in response, I'm going to tap a black, sacrifice my 6 Shadowboard Apostles. Azoreign, I'm targeting you. You can either take 3 damage per, or I get them back in my hand.
Yeah, at this point, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to let you get them back, even though every bone in my body is screaming, make them lose like 1 or 2. I can't afford it, because then I could just die out of nowhere.
Yep,
So what's
and
shooting
then
my Soul Herder?
When Snapdax mutates, he deals 4 damage.
Oh.
Yeah, whenever
I'm gonna go and get a Rune Scarred Demon. Sorry, not Rune Scarred, Burning Rune Demon. So when it ETBs, I can search my library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning Rune Demon, and that have different names. I reveal them, and then an opponent chooses one of them. They put the chosen card into my hand and the other into my graveyard. So I will go and get... I know one of them. I'm just trying to figure out the...
One of them is going to be the cleric one that reduces your cleric's colored mana.
Not quite. I have a different idea, actually.
Oh.
One that might earn me some brownie points with the group.
For sequencing, when does the shooting and then us having to sacrifice take place? Can I sacrifice Soul Herder in response to the damage, or do I have to also sack something in addition?
I want the Snapdax to.
I was going to say Rye controls
first,
both the triggers, so he gets to choose how they go on the stack.
Okay, so I still have to sack them then. So I'll sack.
Obviously, I want the Snapdax to resolve first so that I can gain life.
I'm going
just wanted to make sure.
sacrifice the Triniform and make 3/3/3 golems.
Wait, how are you mutating in the middle of combat? I'm very confused.
It's not in the middle of combat.
Post combat.
This is post combat.
Okay, so you would have already gained the life then, yeah?
No, I gain life again because Snapdax is dealing damage per its ability, and it also has lifelink because the Murderous Rider is on the bottom of the mutate stack.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna choose Grave Pact and Dictate of Erebos. And Josh, I'll make you pick. One goes to the graveyard, the other goes into my hand.
It's just it's a lose-lose situation.
Can you cast the Dictate right now?
No, I have 4 mana.
I mean, don't we just give them the Dictate so that they have to commit to it?
Yeah, probably because we get at least my turn and Johan's turn to see if we get something.
You say commit to it. Oh, actually, sorry. While I'm searching, I'm gonna I forgot I had the expedition map, literally, this whole game. I'm just gonna tap 2, crack it, so I can just search for the...
Cabal coffers, probably.
Search for the land as well while I'm going through, just to cut time. Yeah, it's gonna be Cabal coffers.
Yeah, the Grave Pact, effect does kind of lock me out of the game.
Well, I mean, it has flash speed, so you'll never know when I play it. That's why I like Dictate. But yeah, I want protection in case something goes pear-shaped, which I have a feeling Azoreign is going to attack me for a lot. Now.
Yep.
All right, so Dictate goes to my hand, Grave Pact goes into the graveyard. Cabal coffers too.
It also forced the activation of the Apostles, which is something that I wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that was a smart idea, forcing it so that way.
What's your total power on board, Azoreign?
3, 6, 9, 15, 18, 19, 25.
Am I just dead?
I have no creatures in my graveyard, so I can't give anything haste. I have 1 card in hand. I don't.
Well, between you and Johan, I feel like I'm just going to get attacked to death because the card he mutated over.
Remember, if I swing all out at you, I get
killed
by Rye on his turn.
Because you're gonna have to sack the demon too, because there's still a sacrifice a creature.
Yeah.
On the stack.
Which is fine, Which is fine. I mean, I got the maximum effect that I wanted out of it.
But yeah, after that, I'm finished. I would say that was a pretty productive turn.
Well, we all have to sacrifice still.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to sacrifice.
I sacrificed the Triniform.
Okay.
I killed the Soul Herder, and then it looked like Johan sacrificed the Thopter.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sacrificing Demon Azoreign. You can pay 3 life or I get it back. Which is exactly why I'm not really worried about it dying, by the way.
Gosh. High roller. I'll pay 3.
All right.
Okay.
Damn.
So I'm good to draw my card for the turn?
Yep.
Draw. Wow, that sucks. Okay. Black market connections. Trigger. I will pay 2 life and draw an extra card.
I was mostly trying to be mana efficient with that decision.
Yeah, no worries.
I was also minding the devotion count for Athreos as well.
Which is fine, it's 4, so it was 6 with the demon, so I had to sacrifice it just to avoid Athreos getting...
What I meant was for like the Grave Pact versus the Dictate, because the Grave Pact is 3 black pips.
So I'm gonna go Rakdos Signet. I'll follow Rakdos Signet up with Ripples of Undeath, which is a really great utility card that I really
that card is cool.
Earlier. Yeah, it is really cool. So at the beginning of my upkeep, I mill 3 cards. I can pay 1 colorless and 3 life and return one of the 3 milled cards to my hand. Then I am going to... let me just read this to make sure.
That's like Black Sylvan Library, basically.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, but better because...
I'm just going to do this to get around just in case. I'll tap the Goblin Welder to sacrifice the Rakdos Signet to bring back the Triniform. If that's good. No removal. Say you have 2 black mana.
Nope, I mean, you know the only removal I have in my hand. And you actually know my entire hand except for 2 cards, so...
Okay. Then after that, I have 1, 2, so I'll pay 2. And I'm going to channel Takenuma Abandoned Mire. When Takenuma Abandoned Mire, you channel it, I'm going to mill 3 cards, and I can return a creature or planeswalker to my hand from my graveyard. So I'm going to mill a Swamp, I'll mill Chainer, and I'll mill Crypt of Agadine. So the only option I have is to bring Chainer to my hand.
Not bad, though. You cleared out some of the lands.
Really, now I kind of wish I would have made the treasure, because then I would have been able to cast Chainer right now.
Man.
Yeah, I can't do much, I think.
I should put the sword on top of the, like, right underneath the mutate. Yeah, right underneath the top card of the mutate stack so that it's more visible.
I'm nervous about Thea's turn, but I don't know how much I want to commit to just like attacking Thea, because again, I still have Rye at 64. See, Thea, I think you've kind of done something that I did when I got the Flesh Gorger, and like eyes turned towards me when you went and got the Grave Pact or the Dictate. It's kind of like now everyone's just like hyper focused on that instead of like, you know, Johan's still in a really good spot with Breya. Rye still has a very, very powerful Snapdax mutated creature with a...
I understand that, but I gotta deal with Snapdax. You realize that, right? I mean,
yeah, the Grave Pact kind of locks me out of the game.
Well, the thing is that unless you're coming at me, I'm not going to use it. It's the reason I thought you were honestly going to give me the Grave Pact, because the flash speed makes the Dictate 10 times better because I can deploy it whenever you threaten me, but I can also not deploy it and save Johan and Azoreign. And also, the Devotion, I think, is also an important argument to bring up here, because having Athreos as a creature makes it subject to, like, exile effects. And this is 3 versus 2, so all told,
I was also just
either way, but the flash.
I was also trying to. That's also why I asked about the amount of mana, because I didn't want you dropping it that turn either.
Yeah, but the thing about the flash speed is that I can deploy it when things become a threat to me. So as long as Rye isn't threatening me, I'm going to leave it in my hand. I just like you knowing that I have the potential. But yeah, so I mean, you can attack me and kill me if you want. But
also,
this thing is going to keep him in check, and it will spell certain death for both of you if I'm not here.
Also, if by going for that option, this also ties up 5 of your mana every turn.
Well, with the Cabal Coffers, it's a net 0 because I have 5 swamps.
Fair the coffers.
So I think what I'm gonna do is, since the Flesh Gorger has Menace, Flesh Gorger is gonna go at Rye for 7. I'm gonna send Triniform at Thea for 9.
Alright, I can live with that.
I go to 57.
I just don't know how much I want, because like I do want to attack. You know, I don't want to leave Johan out of the fun, but I just don't know how open I can leave myself.
I would say don't overcommit, because you're definitely in the most tenuous position.
Yeah.
And same thing for you, Johan. I'm only using this proactively to deter Rye from attacking me. And if you don't do anything with me, I'm going to leave it alone. So
I'm just scared about Rye. I'm at 10 commander damage. He's got Rogue's Passage. I think you just got to swing once at this point, and I'm dead. So
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I can't use Breya, so I might be just out of the fight here.
I'm gonna leave
Depending
it
on what I draw.
at that. The Flesh Gorger does have lifelink, so I'm gonna gain 7 life, and then I'll pass.
Yeah, that's the thing that's scary for Johan, is that the next hit from Snapdax will kill him.
Like, yeah, I have no land removal in this deck, so I might just be SOL here.
well, the dictate can be used also charitably as well. So then yet another reason to not just murk me off the face of the earth.
Right now, Ezra.
Snapdax is a 6 power with double strike.
Yeah, okay, so he's 12.
Because the Chittering Harvester is on top of the mutate stack, plus there's a sword.
Plus, honestly, for you, Azoreign, the sacrifices are probably not the worst thing in the world because it fills your graveyard.
Yeah, I can just keep sacking the Triniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, you can make a million colorless blockers.
Yeah, but you have Rogue's Passage, so the
I do, yeah.
Won't matter.
Oh, shoot. Oh, man. I was going to pay for my Siphoner. I forgot.
Oh, no.
Well, just for an extra card draw. But,
Well, I mean, if you just draw an extra card, nothing's happened.
yeah, no,
Maybe
but
not.
I feel... I have the energy. I just feel bad doing it.
I wouldn't.
I like to hold myself to a standard.
I mean, you haven't casted a spell. That's like forget, like, oh, Phyrexian Arena triggers. You know, draw a card.
Yeah, just go for it. It's fine.
Yeah,
And also,
sure.
you're playing with a
I would
completely
just
new
do
deck. Like, it's time to happen.
No
I'm just
mistakes,
stressed.
You have to be perfect.
Yeah, I am a perfectionist, so...
We're humans. We don't make mistakes. No card draw for you.
Well, that didn't help, but oh well. Would have been nice a long time ago. All right.
There is a case to be made that I can use the dictate to help you if he attacks you, too.
Well, I think now I'm going to play a Power Depot for turn. Enters tapped. But it is an artifact land, so that's cool. I'm then going to tap for 4. And I'm going to cast Unexpected Windfall. I'm going to discard Dr. Spy Network to draw 2 cards, make 2 treasure tokens.
Johanna card. I want to. Well, your deck's not really too much of like making tokens, or would you? So a card, a total sleeper card, in my opinion, that I don't see enough love for, is Sharding Sphinx. You know what that does?
Oh, that card is so cool.
I love Sharding Sphinx, and it like every list.
It sounds like a cleanup.
Hey, so it just says whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 Thopters with flying. I love it. It's just
it's
so
not that
subtly
many.
good.
It's not that many.
Is it
it's
each
one.
creature?
It's one per creature. It's not
It's
one.
one
It's
per
not one
creature.
per damage.
It's still nice.
Still.
I want to get another copy of Anim Pakal.
Whenever an artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may create a 1/1 blue. Yeah, so it's each creature, but I mean still.
It gets out of hand fast.
Breya makes 2. Those 2 deal damage, you make 2 more. Then the next turn, those 4 deal damage, you make 4 more. And they have flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sharding Sphinx. I think it's a cool card.
It's also
Alright,
from my favorite block.
Is it from
It's from Shards of Alara.
Yeah, I was.
I'm gonna tap 3 and I'm gonna ghostly flicker. So I'm gonna flicker Breya and my Theorist. So I'll gain 3 more energy, and I'll make 2 Thopters.
See, he didn't need Soul Herder. He's got other things.
Yeah, but Soul Herder is just repeated value.
That's why I had to stop
Me
it.
tapped out, sadly. No, it was a good play. As frustrating as it is on this side, it was a good play. Sadly, there's not much else I could do. I could go to combat. Not sure. Well, he's gonna kill me regardless. So I will swing my Glint Sleeve Siphoner, so 2/1 with Menace, and this 1/1 Flying Thopter at you, Rye, for 3 total.
54.
Yep. On attack, I do get 1 more energy from the Siphoner. And then I will just pass in sadness.
Getting Snapdax lifelink has been unbelievably
I will
good.
untap this land and this artifact.
Untap. Upkeep, lose a life. I'm on a 20-turn clock. Draw. And I will draw for turn. I'll play a Cabal Coffers.
Yep, that's a bunch of mana.
Yep.
Do you only have one? Do you only have one white source?
Yeah, but this
Wow.
deck doesn't really
I was gonna
run
say,
a lot of
I'm pretty
white.
sure this deck is mainly black anyway.
Yeah, predominantly. But
That makes sense.
everyone's tapped out, so if I'm not going for it now, when am I going for it?
4 mana.
You have 4 mana?
Yep, I have 2 treasures, and then my Solar Transformer and my Power Depot, because it's an artifact land, untapped with Unwind
And
Clock.
you're the only deck in blue, so...
Yeah, but there aren't that many, if he's going pure theme, there aren't that many energy-based counter spells.
I really like...
Also, you've got nothing to worry about right now.
there's the one that was printed in the Fallout set. Is that in this deck, Johan?
I
Yes,
don't think.
with the
The green on it? Yeah, the...
I think it's like 5 mana though.
No, it's 3.
it's 3.
Oh, it's 3.
Mhm.
It just
There's also
counters
that
and then.
2-mana counter, conditional counter
It's
spell.
blue, red, or red, red, blue.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I remember that card now. It's just it counters. It's a cancel that gives you energy equal to the spell's mana value.
Yeah, it's cool.
Alright, I will play this, and this has been in my hand since turn 1, which is why I didn't go fetch it, but also, again, I think I played it the best I could, given the threat profile. I will play an Edgewalker. So now all of my cleric spells cost white and black less, which means all of my apostles are free.
Yep. Now the game's like over.
I spent, well, yeah, comboed with the... So, well, okay. So, oh, no, Coffers is out. Yeah, never mind. I was going to say, with Coffers, that's enough mana to play the Dictate and then activate the Shadowborns. It chooses me, I have the lowest life, so at some point I'm going to have to give them back Shadowborns, which they can just loop.
Yep.
And then they go get Rune Scarred, go and get brought back, so anything that did go to the graveyard goes back to the hand, and then I'm at a low enough life, then it's just Shadowborn, 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 Shadowborn.
Well, no, hold on. The brought back effect, it requires white, and I only have black, so there won't be.
Oh yeah, it does.
It won't be that.
This is at the very least a creature lockout, though.
Well, no. You have that other
I
one.
can,
Sorry.
I can get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have it. I don't have the win, though. So I'm just keeping these here as... Yeah, I mean, it's
True.
tough, because...
I can get rid of it.
Left alone, but I feel like now I have to be a little more proactive. So, without... I'm going to tap... Well... Yeah, that's the thing.
I feel like I was in such a bad position because with my board, I could have dealt 29 and killed Thea outright. But then, like, what was stopping Rai from just killing me? You know, it's like his next turn I would have been completely tapped out, and I would have been back to Rai. So it was just like hard choice.
Yeah, I think if you killed Thea there, I probably just won the game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking as well.
I will say, if we're scared of this Edgewalker and what she can do looping stuff, especially the Shadowborns, I can get rid of it right now. I need some assurance, because Riken could just kill me anytime he wants.
So
you could
just
do
to make sure
if you wanted.
You'd be getting rid of it. Let's say Thea cast the first Shadowborn.
But I'm just saying, like, say on her next trigger, in response, I could get rid of it.
Okay.
So that's right, but
oh no, Thea's priority number 1 right now.
Yeah.
I cannot play the game if this Grave Pact, if this dictate happens.
So okay. I can't respond to it entering then, correct?
You can respond to the first Shadowborn being cast.
Yeah. So whatever the next thing is, then I'll have a response.
So just making sure, Johan, all 6 Shadowborns are being cast. You're letting all 6 go through.
Oh, I forgot they're out. No, so on cast of the first Shadowborn, I will tap 2, sack 2 of my Thopters, and I will shoot the Edgewalker for 4.
I'm thinking to myself, what do you have? Do you just have a removal? I forgot. Breya is just straight up removal.
Oh, you played this deck.
I know. I just never used Breya.
This was your card.
Yeah.
Wait, so how far back are we going? Because I thought the 6 resolved.
Well, you just went 6, so
I
Johan's responding to.
I was trying to get a word in, but
No, that's fine.
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt, but I was also playing an interrupt spell, so that's on me. I should have been more assertive. But
no, that's fine. So in response,
so the first one will be free. But yeah.
Okay, then in response, I'm gonna tap 5 and I will flash out the Dictate of Erebos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will sack my other Thopter.
okay.
Why?
It dies, so everyone has to sacrifice a creature.
I'm gonna give.
Okay. Duh.
I'm gonna
Just
give.
dictate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Chittering Harvester protection from black until end of turn.
I'm gonna sacrifice.
That's not gonna.
Uniform.
That's not gonna help with. That's not gonna help with the Grave Pact, obviously. But
Oh, and then Azoreign, I'll target you. You can pay 3 life or I get Edgewalker back.
I'll pay 3 life.
Cool. Then I'll tap 2 more, and I will play. Well, now I feel like I'm just completely screwed. Because again, the reason I was going to play Edgewalker and the thing, yeah, I feel like Rai is just going to win this then. Because the reason I played Edgewalker was to play the Apostles, to sacrifice them to help deal with Rai. So, that's fine. I mean,
Raikou, if Raikou wins, he still has to kill 3 people. So
this deck only really kills 1 player at a time.
he could choose to kill either Johan or myself next turn, but then
that's the thing. I was trying to help Johan stay alive, which is why. But I mean, yeah. I was trying to help Johan stay alive.
The problem is with the Grave Pact on the table, now I have to try to kill you.
I was gonna say Johan and Rai made a deal that Raikou would not kill him. So
I mean,
Yeah.
well, it wasn't necessarily a deal, but I was trying to incur some favor because at the end of the day, I didn't know what you were doing fully there, Thea, and at the end of the day, I know how Shadowbones work. Even if you are helping me in the long run, you're getting way ahead yourself. So I had to try to incur some favor with Raikou by also slowing you down long game. Because, okay, I might survive Raikou, but then I'm going to lose to you.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the dictate is the biggest issue for me because as if there's like a dictate in the sack outlet, I can't play the game.
So.
I can't. Yeah, through dictate plus sack outlet, I cannot play the game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're literally gonna win if I don't try to stop you, and this is the only way I have to try to stop you.
Is that all you have?
Dictate, Grave Pact, Anguish of Making, and so I mean, that's fine. I was trying to help you, but it is what it is. As long as you two leave me alone, I can try to do something to stop him from winning, but he's going to attack me, and I'll be low enough that either of you can just finish me. But if you want my help and to not just die, I would recommend letting him swing at me and then me trying to do something next turn. But if I'm just a threat, also, you can just kill me. It's fine. But I feel like if we don't try to deter him somehow, he's going to run away with the game.
Well, I get that. But Edgewalker, like I said, the amount of value off that one card.
That's fine. I mean, that part I don't really care about. It's more just like, if we don't, he's at 54 life and we're all like mid to low teens and 20s. So, I mean, if we don't try to stop him, he's definitely going to run away with the game just on life alone, I think. But, all right.
I do just want to point out Toza the Terrible. Hello, all. Hope everyone's having a groovy night. Yes, we're getting into the weeds, definitely.
I don't...
And
yeah, this is like endgame.
Captain I would use says this is why everyone needs to play more red. No politics, no making deals, just pure bloodshed.
All right, well, Athreos is online now.
Get out of here with that blasphemy. It's a shame I have red in this deck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Athreos is online now. I have a 5/4 indestructible blocker, so I will pass after that.
Right.
It's not really politics. It's more just it's not really politics on my end. It's more just like the dictate helps them stay alive, and if I go, they're probably going to get overrun and killed because they're both at commander damage that he can kill. So, and I'm not. So,
everybody's like tapped down really low, right?
I'm tapped out. So
I have 4 mana again after upkeep from my winding clock.
You paid 3 life for this, right, Azoreign? Or do I get it back?
I did now.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, I was gonna say he said he did.
Yeah, I did now.
So I need that mana. This is a thonker. Yeah, I think we're just gonna make the boy unblockable. Go to combat. I'm gonna chunk Thea for 12.
It's unblockable or no?
It's unblockable.
So yeah, I mean, either of you can easily kill me. It's just a matter of what's in your best interest.
Alright, 4 cards deep. So a Blind Obedience, a Mountain, which I will play, a Dirge Bat, and an Insatiable Hemophage.
Well, you can't really mutate the Hemophage, fortunately, because if one of my creatures goes, your whole thing crumbles apart and your mutate fizzles.
Correct. That's what makes this really awkward. Also, these are not in my hand. These are exiled. That's very important.
You're only at a casual 66 life, though, so how awkward is it really?
I'm deciding if I want to play this Blind Obedience, mostly.
Oh, that would suck.
Well, at this point, it couldn't hurt. Plus, it's extort, so you can drain me even faster if you want.
I think I'm going to do something else first. I've been sitting on this like the whole game, and I didn't want to play it. Well, before I do that, actually, how many cards are in everybody's hands?
1. Please make this wheel. I want to draw more cards.
Honestly, that's what I was gonna do. I think I am actually gonna cast Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Yes, so we discard our hands and draw 7?
Yep, I'm discarding Dreadhorde Butcher, Ifrit, Flame Painter, and Blinding Angel.
And then we each draw... So Rai just... That's a real Wheel of Fortune, right?
That is draw 7 wheel.
But like, no, like that's a legitimate copy. That's not just like, right?
Would you like to see my copy?
I know you have a copy. I'm just like telling everyone in
Flex,
chat
he's
like
asking you
that's
to
a
flex.
real, that's a real copy.
This is the real one.
Congratulations.
All right, I'm starting a swamp, a Rotling Reanimator, 3 Shadowborns.
I think I got my Wheel of Fortune when it was like $20.
I'm discarding 2 lands, and then I just want to point this out. So I got Psy Master Thopterus. I also had the Goblin combo, but I never I've been sitting on these for so long, but I never had a good opportunity to bring them out to copy Azo.
Okay, so I can play 2 lands because I have 3 land drops thanks to the sword. Man. I'm still deciding what I want to do with this. Deciding what I want to do with this blind obedience, because like the hand I drew into wasn't great.
Well, the extort can't hurt. I mean, you're literally draining Azo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to cast the not tapping this. I'm going to cast the obedience.
Okay.
Then I'm going to spend 4 mana, and I'm going to cast an extorted Phyrexian Arena.
So we each lose 1.
I go to 69. Nice.
69.
Nice. He's untouchable now, everybody.
And then I'm going to let the Dirge Bat and the Insatiable Hemophage get exiled, and then I'm going to pass the turn.
I'm going to respond to your end step and just flash an Entomb.
Yep. Man, I remember when Sword of Fortune Frontier came out, I didn't think the card was great, but the extra land drops you get off it is just so good.
Snapdax still has the sword, correct?
Snapdax still has the sword, but she is not making it to my next turn.
Well, let's just see if I survive.
If Thea survives, I'm not gonna have Snapdax until my turn. I'm not gonna have Snapdax for my next turn.
Does Snapdax have anything else? It's just got protection from red and green, correct?
Red and green, yes. And unfortunately, my
and blind obedience is making everything enter tapped.
That's correct. Giver of Runes is dead, so I don't have that layer of protection anymore. Man, all the land drops are that my Sword of Fortune Frontier has given me is making me regret cutting Yawgmoth's Will. I used to play Yawgmoth's Will in this deck, but I cut it because I didn't think I would ever have this much mana.
I'll put Noxious Gearhulk in the graveyard.
I mean, that'll kill it.
I'm not saying I'm not a threat, but also, like... I'm also not at 69 life.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that the life total does give me a lot of time.
So... I feel like we need to examine what's in our best interest, and yes, I'm a threat, but it's also not necessarily in your best interest to take me out if I'm holding the 69 life point player in check.
And I'm good to go, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, untap, upkeep.
Yeah, and the scary part is I also just gave everybody a new hand.
These 2 things trigger on my pre-combat main phase, so I'm going to draw my card. Okay. Now both of these will trigger. We're at the point in the game where I think I am going to pay 3 life. I'll have this one trigger first, so I'm going to draw an extra card. Okay, I'll make a treasure. and then ripples will happen. I'll mill 3, Grim Haruspex, Blasphemous Act, and Mere Retriever.
No, Blasphemous Act.
So those will go to my graveyard. Okay.
Yeah, Blasphemous Act won't even help because it doesn't kill the Snapdax.
I have to think about how I want to do this. There's...
Hey, I have an idea actually. If you send one thing at me, I'll block it. You'll give it back to me because you're at a low life total, and then we can kill his Snapdax.
Hang on, sorry, I'm just thinking about how I want to go about this. So, I think I'm just gonna go to, because my things enter tapped anyway. Yeah, I'll just go right to combat because I can't use something during combat anyway. I just have. I think I feel like I just have to trust my gut here. There, you have no flyers.
No, but again,
Okay.
I really think that if
Gonna
I die,
Rakdos
he's gonna
at
run
Thea.
away with the game.
I'm gonna send Flesh Gorger at Rye. Johan, how many creatures do you have on the ground?
2.
Breya's what, a 4/4?
She is.
Okay, and then I'm gonna. You've got open mana.
I have 4 open mana.
Is there anything you can do to lessen the damage that's coming at me? Because again, if we both die, he can just make it unblockable and kill both of you. If I'm like,
Johan, I'm not.
this is like my last ditch effort here. But
Well,
if
no, I'm gonna kill Snapdax. So I feel like. Well, no time like the present. Yeah, Johan, I'm gonna send 3 3/3s at you. So 9 at Johan, 7 at Rye, 6 at Thea. Confirmed.
62.
I will block and kill one of the 3/3s with Breya and take 6, going to 18.
Okay. My creatures right now cost 13 less.
Oh, that Noxious Gear Hulk. That's right.
And so Thea takes 6. My creatures will cost 19 less. Not that I don't have any X spells, but plan.
So Thea would be out of the game.
Yes. And then I'll go back to 12 with lifelink.
Yep.
Okay, dealt damage to Johan. I would like to pay a black for Pitiless Plunderer.
These are gonna wind up on the bottom of my library, I believe.
I'm just gonna keep. So, Pitiless Plunderer, creatures are reduced. I'll go Foundry Inspector, artifacts cost 1 less. I'll play Wayfarer's Bauble. I'll tap 1 for a Talisman of Indulgence. I'll tap 2 for a Palantir of Orthanc.
Those are all tapped.
Ooh, good call, good call. So that's tapped. That's tapped. There's the extra 1 for Palantir. This is tapped. This is tapped. I'll tap a red. I'll play Scrap Welder. Basically just praying that there's no board pipe. Then I will be discarding Bloodstained Mire to cast a creature spell from my graveyard this turn. I'll tap 2. Or actually, no. Tap the Scrap Welder. I'll get rid of the Foundry Inspector. When that happens...
With a Goblin Welder, you mean?
Yes, with Goblin Welder. When that happens, I'll make a treasure token because of Pitiless Plunderer. That will bring back the Noxious Gearhulk, which will destroy Snapdax. And then I gain life equal to its toughness, which was...
8.
Go to 20. Then I discarded my land card, and I will choose the Phyrexian Triniform, which with Rakdos, I will just play for free.
Johan, you have how much commander? I think you have what? It's
10.
either 10 or 12. 10 commander damage from Snapdax?
I have 16 commander
Yes,
damage.
10.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew you had 16.
Unfortunately, I don't have a sacrifice outlet, but so yeah, all those are tapped, which hurts. I can't do anything else. I'll go to my end step. Palantir will happen. It will get a single counter. I will scry 2. I'll put 1 on top, 1 on bottom, and then Johan, I'm going to choose you. So I mill. You either let me draw a single card, or I mill 1 card, and then you lose life equal to that card's converted mana cost.
Mill 1.
Okay. I'll mill Anger, and you'll lose 4.
Oh, talk about a good good thing for you to mill.
Right.
Oh, man. It makes the blind obedience
actually,
look
blind
so good.
obedience.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Okay.
To me then?
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
done after that.
the decision to play that was so key.
Untap. I will remember this time. Update trigger. Pay 2 energy for the extra card draw, and I will lose a life for it, sadly. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to play a Vault of Whispers for turn. Shoot, it comes in tapped, because it's an artifact.
It does.
Oh! I didn't think about that. Well, it's the only land I could play anyways, but let's see here.
This was the next card I would have drawn, Secret Salvage. So
That's like a key piece to that deck, isn't it?
Yeah, because that puts all the Shadowborn Apostles into the hand.
Yeah. I still stand by what I said, though. I'm putting money on the fact that Riot will take this. There's no way he's going to lose at that life, and he can just replay Snapdax. He has a creature, so yeah.
I don't have a creature right now. Not on board. Not on board.
Oh, let's see if my counting is right.
Well, I take it back, Rye. We should have killed Azoreign. I'm never letting him tug on my heartstrings again.
I told you to kill me. I straight up said killing me is probably your best bet.
All right, I'm hoping I'm counting this right. All right, I'm gonna tap for 2, and I'm going to cast a Chief Engineer. Artifact spells I have Convoke.
That's scary.
I'm gonna tap my Unwinding Clock and my treasures for a Deadlock Trap. It enters tapped. Actually, so is this guy. I get 2 energy when it enters, and then I can tap it and pay an energy to tap a creature or planeswalker, and it cannot activate or loses its abilities.
Now I need to find something to make him untargetable. That's very bad for me.
Oh no, I didn't miscount yet. Did kind of miscount. What was I thinking? Oh well. I'm then gonna tap 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I will cast Localized Destruction. I get an energy on cast, and I'm going to pay 4 energy. So if I do, each creature I control power equal to the amount of energy paid. This way gains indestructible till all end of turn.
Exactly, yeah.
So my board will have indestructible by paying 4 energy. So I'll go down to 1 with the 1 I gain off casting this. And then I will it destroys all creatures.
Yeah. So, okay, I will just say that I will be gaining a treasure for each creature that dies here on my side. I have 2 already.
Does your entire board have exactly 4 power?
Yeah, they're all 2 or less except for Breya. She's 4.
Because Localized Destruction only gives immunity to exactly the amount of power for energy paid.
It's not less. It's exactly.
Oh, I thought it was. All right, hold on. Then I might pay less.
Okay, just let me know.
I didn't know that. So I had 5. I will just pay 1.
Okay.
So I will
So
lose
Breya
Breya
will
and
die.
my Glint Sleeve Siphoner.
Okay. I also have a response. I'm gonna have to pay 2 life. I'll tap 1. I'm gonna play Malakir Rebirth. Choose target creature, lose 2 life until end of turn. That creature gains when this creature dies. Return it to the battlefield tapped under my control. So I guess I just have to choose which one I want back. I mean, at this point, probably the Triniform. Or... I mean, honestly, probably gonna go with Goblin Welder, actually, because I can get everything else back.
Yep.
So then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll make 15 treasures. Then when the Triniform dies, I'll make 3 3/3s. Chainer will die. Goblin Welder will return to the battlefield tapped.
The tokens are also tapped.
Oh, gosh.
That's really important.
We still have the Welder. Alright, I think... Is that it for you then, Azo?
Yep, I have no cards in my hand now.
I'm gonna tap my command tower for 1 white, and then I'm gonna dispatch the Welder. I control 3 more artifacts, so it gets exiled.
One of my favorite synergies in Hilda is with that card.
I feel like that dispatch is going to hit any creature that I have left.
I'm thinking about building Hilda, but I'm not committed yet.
With Hilda, dispatch taps the creature and then it exiles it.
Oh, interesting.
It matters for exactly her.
Yeah, for sure. And you're gonna want to play a lot of rocks because you're in Azoreus, the 2 worst colors for ramp. So
yeah, she's a really mana hungry deck. I play almost 20 mana stones in that deck.
You got no blockers, right, Azoreign?
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, neither do you, Raikou.
Correct.
Raikou, you have no blockers. Take
Correct.
one.
Whoa.
61.
I'm doing my part, and then with that, I will pass.
And then you untap your artifacts.
Grab my artifact with you.
Dude, Unwinding Clock is so great.
That's like
Yeah,
a
it's really
huge.
cool.
That's a huge problem because like that deadlock trap is
Okay,
just shutting me off.
Well, yes, that was a lucky pull. Otherwise, I've gotten only now 2 of my artifact lands, which is a
Go-
big.
Go to 60 because I
big.
draw 2.
If you don't swing Snapdax at me,
That's
you're gonna have to get
actually
tapped.
that is actually probably the best card in my deck. That is an absolutely insane draw. What's the mana cost on this again? I'm just
Best card in
seeing.
the
I
deck,
think
Ruinous Ultimatum.
Ruinous Ultimatum. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can cast it without taking pain, which I can.
Sucks. Oh my god, we're basically gonna restart from square one.
Like, I literally just peeled Ruinous Ultimatum.
Yeah. All right, Johan, you got another hour.
I got nowhere to be.
Unfortunately, I don't have like any crazy follow-up, but I need to take care of this board before it gets any more out of hand.
That sucks. Why do all the games with you, Rai, take like 3 hours? Didn't this happen last time? We had like a 4-hour game.
Well, that was partially because of just the delays, but
Alright, so destroy non-land permanents your opponent's control.
yep.
I'm gonna pay 3 black, tap the Castle Lochthwain, draw 1 card, and lose 1 life, because that's how many cards I have in my hand.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I am going to play my land for the turn, which is a Raucous Theater, so I'm going to Surveil. Man, this card is really good, but
By the way, your land dies too. It's an artifact.
no,
Non-land permanents.
non-land. I think I am actually going to put the Winds of Abandonment.
Separate from land, though.
But
It says non-land.
yeah, so it can't be lands.
Yeah, why are you trying to hurt me?
I really don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. My turn
And then
really
I'm just
hinged on
gonna
having all
I'm
that
just
mana.
gonna pass the turn. I don't have follow-up is the issue.
Right.
But I
Oh.
needed to do that. So the crazy thing is the rest of the board was collateral damage because I need to get the deadlock trap specifically off the table.
I really, 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 really wish that Blind Obedience were not here right now.
Yeah, that is shutting like a chainer deck off.
I am gonna do really cool. Johan, you might appreciate this. I'm gonna play Scrap Mastery.
Oh,
Captain Poland, Living Death. How about Artifact Living Death? Each player.
that's
we Living Death are artifacts.
no.
I do lose my lands. Right?
Sucks
Each player is
to
offer.
suck.
They do all
Yes,
come
I
into
will
play.
lose
Yep, they
those
all come into
2
play
lands.
tapped. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my Talisman and my Wayfarer's Bauble.
I got some triggers here.
What do you lose your talisman? Shouldn't those have been destroyed from the?
Oh, yep, you're right. They were destroyed anyway.
So you get them back.
I do get them back. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Okay.
I will gain 5 energy off of these 2 entering.
Yep, and
yeah.
everything's tapped. So I'm gonna bring back Triniform, Gear Hulk. That's not Flesh Gorger, Boundary Inspector, Mirror Retriever. I think that's actually it for creatures. Is these 5, and then I'll bring back Rakdos Signet, Wayfarer's Bauble, Talisman of Indulgence, and all these are tapped. Palantir of Orthanc. And that's it for me.
That also does remove the Sword of Feast and Famine, or Forge and Frontier.
Yeah. Rye, do you have any creatures?
I have no creatures.
Johan, you don't have any creatures either?
Negative.
Okay. When Noxious Gearhulk enters, you may destroy another creature. I'll just destroy my own Triniform. I'll gain 9 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll make 3 golems. That are tapped. I've got 1 card in hand. I've got 1 mana. I can't do anything else, so I'll go to my end step. And Palantir will get 1 counter. I will scry 2, and again, I'll be choosing Johan. So I'm going to put 1 on top, 1 on bottom. Johan, you either I draw a card, or you mill 1, take the damage.
Draw.
Okay, pass.
Looks like Thea's looking at Orvar.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out if I have enough counter spells in there. I feel like the problem with my deck is I didn't have enough interaction.
How many counter spells are there currently?
5.
I think my Thassa deck plays like 9 or 10.
So
but
I just want to put this in perspective for everyone in chat who's still watching and paying attention. This is what just happened. Localized Destruction, board wipe, followed by Ruinous Ultimatum, board wipe, followed by Scrap Mastery, board wipe, and Graveyard. That's actually kind of a crazy.
Yeah, this has been a pretty wild game, all things considered, but that's normal for me. Usually whenever I come on the show, it's a wild game for some reason.
Has been quite the back and forth. I mean, there was a time when we thought Rye was going to commander damage us. There was a time when we thought Thea had it locked. Johan had a really great early game with all that energy.
Oh my
one
god,
energy to make
the
a black
stupid
mana?
unwinding clock!
With the deadlock trap.
Tapping. So I made a black with an energy, and I'm tapping for 2 more black and just 1 more of any color. And I'm going to beseech the mirror.
Well, here we go.
I will sacrifice my solar transformer. And then I believe it costs 4. I'm going to get my Arkham Dagson.
Okay.
I kill that thing before. I kill that thing if you're looking for something to kill. I'm building a deck around it right now. It's brutal.
Oh, Dagson never does anything fair. The last Dagson deck I played against was like a decade ago, and the whole point of the deck was basically just to tutor up Forge Disc.
Oh, it's a nice.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that card is, so it's not in here.
I'm talking about like Darksteel Forge Nevinyrral's Disc.
Oh, yeah.
So that goes to the battlefield, Johan, correct?
Yes. Comes onto the battlefield, since it costs 4 or less, because I bargained it.
Yep. Alright, now I'm actually happy that Blind Obedience is here for a second.
Well, he doesn't have haste either. Got 3 mana left. Not the colors I need. Somehow I'm not hitting any of the rocks. So I will just have to pass the turn.
End step, I'm gonna channel Takenuma.
Very nice. You can return any creature, right?
Any creature. The issue is the deadlock trap.
But that's if he uses it. I mean, you could make a deal and just be like, I'm just gonna kill Azo.
To be fair, he's I think the biggest threat right now.
I don't disagree.
I think he's holding you hostage the same way I held you hostage. It's more successful because he actually has the life to back it up. I didn't.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get
a commander damage if Snapdax gets through.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Also, it doesn't really matter because he can find removal. He's playing Mardu. If you can't remove an artifact in Mardu, what are you doing?
I'm gonna get Dreadhorde Butcher. He's a hasty boy.
Mm. Yeah, that blind obedience just really saved, like, that blind obedience.
So, yeah, I am going to attempt to take Azo out of the game.
Okay.
No response.
So we're gonna go Dreadhorde Butcher.
You got so much, man. That sword really puts so many lands on your battlefield.
It did, yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because you have no blockers either.
Yeah, I don't.
5, 6, 7, 8. Or no, it's just 7.
Wouldn't he's 7 or 6? Oh, because you're
Seven.
mutating, right?
By the way, Johan, that deadlock trap won't really matter because Dreadhorde Butcher's effect. So, yeah, I mean, the next person that kills it is going to take a bunch of damage. So,
well, no, the
Runetic in chat.
is
Did
more
someone say blind
protecting.
obedience? Yeah, Rune, your favorite card is winning Raikou the match right here.
are you going to store either of those? Because you have the mana to do it.
You're right. Yeah, I should.
So now the question here, Johan, is: do you think with me dead, can you take Rai in a 1v1, or do you need me to kill him?
Because I am going to kill Azo with the Snapdax.
Yeah, unfortunately, Johan, if you leave me alive, I could attempt to kill Rai, but if you let me die here...
No, don't go for this, because I did this. I said the same thing, and he completely ignored me and killed me. So kill him with fire, Josh. Kill him with fire.
I'm just gonna say this to you, Azo. Take it like a man.
It's a worthwhile attempt.
True. Yeah. Take it like a man and die.
Yeah,
I think it would be a little more believable if I hadn't made the same appeal and you just ignored it and killed me.
I am gonna take Azo out of the game.
Next card was a removal spell.
Snapdax is gonna get 2 counters. And then after combat, I am gonna tap 4 mana and I'm gonna cast T1R.
Yeah, I think that's unless. Well, hang on, Johan still got Arkham. He could go grab something.
Yeah, but it has to be energy themed. Most of the cards are in his deck, I'm sure, are energy themed. So even if you want to grab something, it's not going to be like a Darksteel Forge.
I think he is
or
Darksteel.
Some kind of crazy busted combo enabler. I'm telling you, this is why I thought the Dictate of Erebos was so impactful. Definitely picking it as my card of the game, because none of this would have happened. I would have been able to shut him all the way down from this insanity.
Assuming it's me, Raikou.
I'm just casting. I'm also after combat.
One ring.
One ring.
Okay.
I'm gonna
make sure.
I'm gonna just drop it now. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna tap 6. And I'm going to get back out Breya. You'll make 2 Thopters.
Yep.
I will then tap Arkham Daxon. I will sack a Thopter.
Yep. Okay, what is
Tap
this
a card.
getting? All those are tapped, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you.
But they're gonna everything but the Dagson is gonna untap from the Unwinding Clock. Oh, that is why I blew up this board, because the Deadlock Trap was and the Unwinding Clock it was just so irritating.
Which is why I need some protection for it. So I'm grabbing a Darksteel Forge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can actually out this now.
See, Rai, what I should have done, I think what I would have done that. So I got greedy with the life total when I went for the Gear Hulk. I should have gone with Cityscape Leveler. Cityscape Leveler blows up a non-land permanent, I was strongly debating destroying the Blind Obedience, but I thought, oh, well, if I just have more life, I can just survive a hit. And I chose completely wrong there.
I also play Authority of the Consuls because tapping down all the opponent's creatures is really important in this deck.
I'm tapped out, so then I will pass to you, and in your upkeep, my Thopter will untap.
Okay, I take one from the One Ring. I also take one from my arena.
High key, though, I don't think it would have mattered. I think no matter, I think no matter what, you can just win off the Dreadhorde Butcher effect or drawing something with the One Ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw off the ring.
The Dreadhorde Butcher's effect makes Deadlock Trap useless. And then you just draw until you find like a Swiftfoot Boots and you win. I mean, it's not like you win immediately. He doesn't have enough damage on board to threaten you in any kind of real way.
Shadowy Backstreet Surveil. That's not bad. Then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to... Oh, not 4, it's only 3. I'm going to mutate Vulpikeet beneath Snapdax, so it's going to get a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And then I'm going to shoot the Dags.
What's that
called? Vulpikeet. So Snapdax is going to get bigger, and I'm going to shoot the Arkham for 4.
Well, no, hold on. He can respond with the Deadlock Trap and tap it down before.
Deadlock Trap won't actually stop it. It's only activated abilities.
No, but he can tap... Deadlock Trap taps it down. He can tap your creature down before you mutate onto it. So the Vulpikeet is a tap ability, right?
No, it's whenever this creature mutates.
Oh, never mind.
How do you spell that real quick? It's not picking it up for here. I don't...
I'll link it.
I just don't know these cards very well. Or what's like the first 3 or 4 letters on the top card there, the one you just cast?
It's
when you're mutating into.
I'll just post it in the server.
Okay, sorry.
This is just a draft common, so I would be very surprised if anybody knew this card, because this card is literally just draft common. It's this card.
You also gain life when Vulpikeet triggers.
Correct. I do gain 4 life. Or 8 life. Or it's okay, 4 life. So... This doesn't have lifelink anymore.
Alright, you're shooting Arkham.
I'm killing Degson, yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
And it doesn't matter, but the Snapdax has flying now.
Okay. Yep. Just let me know before you go to combat, because I will tap it down.
Of course. Yeah, I'll just get it out of the way now.
Okay.
Snapdax is tapped.
Energy.
How much energy do you have?
I got 7 left.
Yeah, you can definitely take this. I mean, it costs him an energy every time, so yeah. No, I mean, Dictate was way more annoying because it was way more consistent and didn't depend on anything to activate.
How much mana do you have right now, Johan, total?
I'm tapped out, but on my turn, I have 6.
Then we're gonna go... red, white, black. I'm gonna cast Crackling. I'm gonna cast an Extorted Crackling Doom.
Okay.
Oh, that too. You have Extorted. Any spell you cast, you can just drain them out. Yeah, I'm sure you can string together 13 spells in your deck and just drain them out. Yeah, totally forgot about the Extort. And so yeah, you totally got this.
He can't you can't sack the Thopter. You have to sack your biggest creature. Then I'm going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to cast an Extorted Wojak Investigator. and I will pass the turn.
Yeah, especially with the amount of card draw. So Rai draws 1 for his turn, an extra for the Phyrexian Arena. He'll draw 3 next with the One Ring. So that's 5 cards on his next turn. And the Wojek Investigator at the beginning of Rai's upkeep, he investigates for each opponent who has more cards in hand. I don't know if that's going to happen, but
This is also like a clock too, because you can only tap down one thing.
yeah.
And that has to be the commander, because otherwise the commander is going to kill him.
Yeah. How did you get rid of Arkham?
I shot it with Snapdax.
Yeah, okay.
Because it turns every mutate card into a War Leader's Helix, and there aren't a lot of them, so I have to play some really bad ones. Granted, Vulpix was actually kind of a crazy draft common.
Alright, I'm gonna tap 4. And I will cast Encroaching Mycosynth.
Everything's an artifact now, so...
Except my lands, fortunately.
Yeah. No, your lands too. It's permanents, right?
Nope, non-land.
Non-land permanents. Non-land
Oh,
permanents.
if it was lands, trust me, if it was lands.
No, Mycosynth Lattice turns...
It's Lattice. It's Lattice that
It
affects
turns your
lands.
lands into artifacts too. I have it in my Arkham deck.
Yeah, I probably should get one of those, but alas.
I don't think Lattice
really
is that
cheap
expensive
now.
anymore.
It's really
It's like
cheap now. It's like
12.
$10.
I'm gonna tap 3. I'm gonna cast Chthonian Nightmare. When it enters, I gain 3 energy.
Oh my god.
But then I'm gonna immediately use.
Can I see your graveyard first?
Yes. What are you looking for particularly?
Just creatures.
Arkham, Psy Masterthopterist, Glincy Siphoner, Soul Herder, the Goblin Welder and Engineer, Aether Theorist, and Chief Engineer. If I need to repeat any of those, let me know.
No, I'm just deciding if I... Because you have 7 energy right now. This is going to get back the deck.
Yeah, well, I get 10. I'll be
10.
up to 10 with this entering. So
You have no mana left after this?
correct. I am tapped out.
Then I have to answer the Dagson like every turn. Yeah, I don't like this, but I think I have to. I'm gonna take 1 pain. And then this will be... I'm gonna take 2 pain actually, because I need to extort this too. Anything but that. I'm gonna counter it.
Alright. Tibble.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So I don't get the energy then. I'll stay at 7. So
Yeah.
What do I remind me
That
again?
gets,
Tibble's trickery?
that gets countered, and then you mill 1d3 cards, and then you exile until you hit a non-land, and you play for free.
That's right. So I mill 3.
1d3.
D3. That's not a thing. There's no D3. All right. I'll use this D6 here. We'll do 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's not actually like a die roll. Okay, so you mill 1.
Okay.
It's
One.
not. It doesn't actually roll a die. It's just easier to say mill 1d3 cards.
That's fair. So Sacred Foundry.
That gets milled, and then you go until you get a non-land card with a different name.
Treasure Vault. Land. Ugh. Expedition map.
Yep, you cast that for free.
Talk about a womp.
Now,
This-
I'm not
And then
one
these go to graveyard or bottom of the library?
Bottom.
Okay.
Now, I'm not one for I told you so's, but I feel like my dictate being around definitely would have prevented a lot of this misery that Rai is dishing out right now.
Yeah, I think the thing is that not like that you're wrong. It's just that if you would have lived with Dictate, with the Shadowborns, with the Edgewalker, you know, like, yes, Rai
You ran away
wouldn't
with the
have
game.
won, but you would have just won. So, like, that's the issue isn't
All
that,
right.
like, Rai wouldn't be winning. It's that the game would just be over. And, you know, rightfully so. Like, you would have won.
Johan, cards in hand.
4 or 5.
Well, yeah, actually,
4.
that's true, especially because I was going to draw
Okay.
Secret
Okay,
Salvage.
I don't investigate from Wojak. I lose 3 life from the arena and my 1 ring. I have 16 mana. This is wild. This deck never has this much mana. I'm gonna draw for arena, draw for turn, draw for the ring.
So Rai just needs a way to give Snapdax hexproof or something.
Yep.
Or destroy the deadlock trap.
Yeah, that's kind of hard with the forge there. I'm actually
going. The extort plus the Wojak investigator is, Johan's not free and clear just because he can tap down Snapdax.
Honestly, at this point, if you can't string together 10 spells in your deck, I'd be surprised. You just have to extort 10 times and you win.
Correct. I'm gonna spend 2 for an extorted Shadow Spear. I'm gonna spend 2, and I'm going to attach said Shadow Spear to Wojak Investigator, so now she has Trample.
And +1/+1.
Correct.
Okay.
I am going to spend 3 on an extorted Felwar Stone. I will proceed to combat. Obviously, this gets tapped down. I'm going to attack for 3 in the air. Flying Vigilance, Trample.
Block and take 2.
Okay. I gain 3. After combat, I'm going to activate Bonder's Enclave to draw a card.
All you have to find is 3 more spells and you win.
Yep. I'm going to spend 3 mana on an extorted Loyal Warhound. And that's all I have.
So that blind obedience stopped me from winning and is now the only card that is basically getting around Johan's board and letting you drain him. Definitely the MVP of this game.
Absolutely, this is not the way
to crack my map.
Yeah, this is not the way that this deck is supposed to win. Yeah, I am really surprised. I've been through about half my deck and I haven't found anything that's made my Snapdax untargetable yet.
I'm assuming you have cards in there that do that?
Yeah. I actually can't play... What's silly is I actually can't play Lightning Greaves in this deck.
Right.
I have to play like Swiftfoot Boots, because...
Honestly, at this point, it doesn't even matter. Even if he kills it, you can just replay it and dome him for 4, so...
Snapdax can't go upstairs. Oh, no, the Dreadhorde, yeah.
Yeah.
He can't kill this because the Snapdax
Dreadhorde Butcher's effect will kill him, so it doesn't even matter at this point. Even if he wanted to kill it, he can't.
Yeah, because the Snapdax is a 6.
Yeah, I agree with you, Azoreign. It was definitely a catch-22 because, this would have helped both of you stay alive, but also it would have helped me way more. So I definitely see that, and especially because I was going to draw Secret Salvage next turn, which is an insane... Because I had the Shadow in my graveyard, I would have exiled it, grabbed all of them out of my deck, and I had a way in my hand to reanimate the Edgewalker.
Well, the thing is that I know how you build your decks and how you play Thea, and you know, like it was like 6 life, no flyers. I can take them down right now. If I can, I have to, because if I don't, I know that Thea's just gonna do some crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, reanimate my whole graveyard, sacrifice all the Shadowborns, get Rotlung, make a bunch of 2/2s. Then
I actually have Rotlung in my hand.
Yeah, I know. I heard you when you said that you discarded it. Yeah, it's just like, I know the power of this deck, so that was my main thing of just like.
No, totally respect it. I'm just saying I put this card as one of my MVPs because it was definitely a catch-22 in the game because it created this really interesting scenario of like, can you justify keeping me alive if it helps you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I untap this land. That's it.
Yep. I'm gonna lose 4 life. Draw for Arena. Draw for turn. Draw for the ring. Go away, ad block.
Alright, let's see if
I'll
Rye's
take it as
got
a
it.
compliment that I
He's
died
just
first.
drawn 6 cards. Rye's gotta have something.
I'll take it as a compliment that I died first.
It would be a compliment because I was scared that you would just win, which rightfully so. I've seen this deck just win like one turn. I'm gonna sneak.
100%, and I would have won
Excuse me.
actually on the next
I'm gonna go.
turn, so
I'm gonna go 5
you
mana.
weren't wrong.
I'm going to. I'm gonna mutate Cubwarden beneath Snapdax. Which is gonna
He
kill.
can go upstairs, can it? And also
Snap-
you can extort on that.
Creature Planeswalker.
Yeah, I cast it extorted. Snapdax cannot go upstairs. But I'm gonna get 2 1/1s, which don't matter. Snapdax is gonna get a 1/1 counter, which doesn't matter. What does matter is it shoots its blocker.
Well, Snapdax getting a counter could matter because the Dreadhorde ability. So, Rye, you could kill your own Snapdax, right? If possible.
Or I could just be boring and go to combat.
Or that.
Tap this down, and then I can just swing with my 2 vigilant guys for 6.
Is that gonna do it, Johan? You've had a response this whole game. You have one now?
Yes, in response, good game, Raikou.
Ooh, you had me. I thought you had some. I was like, dang, does he have something again? Like,
So off of those rings, I actually drew a ton of lands. Like these are all lands. But I did have a spot removal for it just in case. Like I could have damned him.
holy cow! I mean, I know this game took a while to finish, but like, holy cow! I felt like so much. At least all 4 of us were in the game. It never felt completely one-sided. You know, I was getting picked on early, but I mean, all 3 of you. Well, I got kind of ran down early, but I was able to catch up. But the 3 of you, I was looking at like boards and graveyards, and the 3 of you had just a really incredible early turns. You 3 were set up, and then I managed to get back into the game and become threatening myself, and so like those games are just fun where all 4 of us were in the game the entire way through. And unfortunately, I chose not to get Cityscape Leveler. Rye chose to cast Blind Obedience, which just tapped me out of the game. Johan put up a very valiant fight until the end, but you know, unfortunately, just Raikou drawing 6+ cards a turn towards the end was just a little too much to overcome. But Johan, I would say for like the first showing of this deck, a deck you just built centered on energy counters, you came in 2nd place to Thea's excellent Orzhov Aristocrats, and Raikou is obviously a great deck builder with Snapdax, which is meant to just control the board and mutate and make huge creatures. You built an energy artifact deck and you almost took it there, so be proud of that.
So so I didn't get to play with my newest addition to the deck. Cruel Claw is nuts in this deck.
He's a good card.
It gives Snapdax Menace, and you can free cast 2 things.
Oh, right. Well, it is almost 1. I will say to chat, anyone who's still listening, anyone who's watching this video back, thank you so much for watching and being a part of this. I appreciate you. Just remember to like, follow, subscribe, do all the things, press all the buttons. But we are going to do something that we always do here to end the night. We are going to talk about our 3 most impactful cards, and we go in knockout order. So it's going to go Thea, then myself, then Johan, and then Rai, our victor, will take his victory lap. Rai will end us with his 3 most impactful cards, and then we will call it a night. So Thea, I see you already have your 3 cards set up. Would you like to start?
Yes. Well, this is really the linchpin of the deck, Edgewalker. It really, you see how the early game goes, and then I was fortunate enough to make it to the mid-late, and then this is sort of what accelerates me towards the end, because it, like Azoreign was saying, it just lets me dump a bunch of the clerics out for free, which Shadowborn are. That's the other MVP of the game. I mean, this deck really linchpins around Shadowborn. There are 30 of them in the deck. I basically never don't open with at least a couple in my opening hands, which is awesome. And the third card I picked, I don't know if I necessarily deployed it to full effect, was Dictate of Erebos. I thought maybe I could save myself with it, but yeah, it kind of created this really interesting dynamic in the mid-late game where people were having to decide if they could deal with me or if this was enough of a threat. I do think I probably could have waited to play Edgewalker, and I think that definitely I could have waited, because I think I had enough mana to play the Shadowborns and the Dictate on that turn. So I think it's an interesting card. Honorable mention, obviously, is the Burning Room Demon, which allowed me to sort of, again, push some of the attention off me. But yeah, it was a super awesome game. Thank you for having me again, and we'll definitely have to see. We'll definitely have to do a run back with this deck. Just, you know, and that's what I love about this deck specifically, is that it's powerful, but it's conditionally powerful, right? So if you don't get the engine going, or, you know, you can't quite make it there, or you don't have enough mana, it does fizzle, because it definitely depends on having this as the linchpin. So if this gets exiled or anything happens to it, it definitely slows me down a lot, as you saw in this game. And so I love bringing this deck out when I still want to bring my level of power scaling, but also do it in a way that feels a little more approachable to people that want to stop me, which is pretty much everyone I play with. So awesome game. GG, Ra, you definitely came so hard for this one. I knew though, once the Dictate wasn't there, that you would be able to snowball, just because of the life totals and, you know, just the advantage that you were going to accumulate over, you know, not having me there to sort of automatically deter you from moving. So awesome game, everyone.
Yes, thank you for being a part of it. I mean, like you said, your decks are built very well. You're a strong opponent. That's why I obviously took you out when I did, because I knew if I didn't, you were going to be a consistent problem, threatening to run away with the game. So before I get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone who played Rai. I know you don't get to come on too often, but it's always a pleasure to have you. Johan, you know, you're always you're a solid part of the play group. It's always nice to have you around. You're always willing to throw down against whoever. So I appreciate everyone who came on. Excuse me. It's getting late. I'm losing my voice. But yeah, I'm just going to start. I kind of lumped these two together because really early I played the Goblin Welder turn 1, which was threatening to get back the Phyrexian Triniform. So Goblin Welder and Triniform stayed around the entire game, and the Triniform made the bulk of my creatures. Jeez. So Triniform gets a major shout out here. The next card is going to be Rakdos. Artifacts, Eldrazi, whatever, Rakdos just reduces that cost. So Rakdos was a huge portion of letting me cast a lot of spells for 1 or 2 mana, or just completely free at certain points in the game. And the last card is Scrap Mastery. So I love this card. It's the Artifact Man's Living Death. And this card
basically right after the Ruinous Ultimatum, threatened to swing the game completely in my favor if I could have just lived one more turn, which I wasn't able to do. But yeah, so technically these 3, but I just wanted to talk about Goblin Welder a little bit because I feel like this card being out on turn 1 was the reason why I got focused so hard. So I just wanted to throw it in as an honorable mention. But that's all I got. So Johan, you are up.
Yeah, thanks again, Azoreign, for having me on. Thank you, Raikou and Thea, for... It's always fun to get in a game in with both of you, and I appreciate the 3 of yours patience as I work through a new deck with a lot of cards I'm not familiar with, as well as lines that are unclear. So I appreciate your patience with me as I figured out my turns and whatnot. That said, first card, probably actually quickly being realized as one of the best cards in the deck would be my Soul Herder. I knew it was good. I didn't think it was going to paint that much of a target on its back, but then again, it was actually pretty apparent why it should. I have a couple other sources of blink. I had the Ghostly Flicker I played later. I got a couple others like Conjurer's Closet and stuff in here, but this is the one that really gave me a nice chunk of energy early to play with that pretty much carried me through the rest of the game. So I never really had to worry about, oh shoot, am I going to have enough to do X thing or whatever. So it's a great card in this deck. Not even really for the counters, but just to be able to blink anything every end step. So I was 1 turn shy of getting Breya to start blinking and really going wide with Thopters, but it's for a good reason. So second up would be the card that really paired with Soul Herder, and that's the Aether Theorist. It's a 2-drop common, but it gives you 3 energy and allows you to scry 1, which, considering this deck already, even after 1 playthrough, my needs every game are going to differ greatly, be it maybe I need lands, maybe I need a certain piece or whatever. So even just to be able to 2 scry is really useful, and also just getting 3 energy for 2 mana on ETB is really good because I do have some ETB doublers. So this card really helped these 2 together to get the ball rolling. And last but not least is certainly Deadlock Trap. I forget exactly why I even put this in the list to begin with. I'm like, well, it makes some energy and I can tap a creature. That's pretty nice. But this ultimately extended my game for 3 to 4 turns at least. Gave me at least a glimpse or a glimmer of a chance at potentially winning in the 1v1. So definitely a understated but now well appreciated card in the deck.
All right, so
you are the last one. Bring it. You get to take your lap around victory lane and talk us through your 3 most impactful cards, and then we are gonna call it a night.
Yep. So the Ruinous Ultimatum is an honorable mention, because I needed exactly this to be able to out the Deadlock Trap that was kind of, and just Johan's problematic board, but it was all a moot point when the Scrap Master happened. But I think the first really important card was the Giver of Runes that was played on turn 2, because this was protecting the Snapdax from all of the interaction and giving me a window to be able to get in on other colored decks if I needed to. And I imagine that was causing a lot of problems with the spot removal in Thea's and Johan's hand. It was protecting Snapdax from Breya, which was really important.
Well, I didn't have any spot removal in my hand, so...
I was just worried. One of the issues with playing any deck that goes tall, like tall instead of wide, is just if somebody spot removes your mutate stack, then you're down like 1,000,000 cards.
Yeah.
That's true. I think
And then, is exactly why the Dictate was so impactful, but yeah, you easily could have finished, even if I had done it once, you easily could have replayed it and extorted me, so it would have been a similar situation. I don't think I was as... I mean, I think your deck clearly has other ways to work around besides just going tall, so yeah.
And the Sword of Fortune Frontier, I have a new appreciation for this card of late.
Holy cow.
This card, when Spoiler Season was out, I didn't think this card was very impressive. But the fact that it allows decks that don't have land ramp to be able to play extra lands And any commander, like we all know that double strike with swords is really powerful. So being able to play 3 lands a turn, I never thought I would have 16 lands in this deck. And the extra damage was big. I was also, drawing 4 cards a turn with this? That was really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one was, of course, the Blind Obedience. It didn't come down until late, and I wasn't sure if I even wanted to play it, and I'm really glad that I did, because it gave me that alternate... It gave me that kind of alternate win condition.
When you were debating, you're like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm sitting there thinking, don't play it, don't play it, don't play it, don't play it, don't play it. And you're like, yeah, I might as well. And I was like, damn it. Because I knew that was going to mess me up.
Because
I said something then.
Because the reason why the Blind Obedience is in here is actually just to shut off blockers, because in any deck where combat damage triggers matter, and that's actually the theme of the Snapdax deck, is Mutate's actually the second engine. The first theme of it is actually combat damage triggers matter.
Mm.
So at one point, there was the legend from Neon Dynasty that doubles... oh no, that's not for combat damage triggers, that's for attacking. But...
Ishin?
Yeah, that's for attacks. But this was basically Felix 5 Boots before Felix 5 Boots was printed.
Mm-hmm. And funny enough, you also have that deck.
Yeah.
Alright, well I think that was... Yeah, unless there's anything else anyone has to say, I think we are gonna wrap it up. So, thank you guys for coming on. Johan, Thea, Rai, you guys are always great guests, and I look forward to having you back on as soon as possible. Raiku, again, congratulations on the win. Johan, you debuted a new deck which performed very well, and Thea, your trusty sidekick Athreos, who always, it seems that every game Thea is in, it is always, oh, if I would have lived to my next turn, I was gonna win. If Thea doesn't win, it's either that, and that was obviously the case tonight. So, for people who are still watching, yeah, right. People who are still watching, thank you for staying around as long as you have. If you're watching the VOD back on my YouTube channel, thanks for watching all the way up until this point, which I highly doubt you will. But, as always, I'm your friendly Blue Mage Azoreign. You can call me Azo. We probably won't be streaming again this week, but I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to tune in next week. I like to go live at least once a week. It's usually Tuesdays, but sometimes we work things around to get different people on the channel. So be sure to follow me on X, where you can find out when I'm going live, and just check up on me here. So that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Peace out.
Bye. Bye.